Good trophy, that.
No,
Staying up
Yeah,
cup.
it should be a toilet bowl. It should be a toilet bowl because that's what it was. It was toilet. It was. They should have stayed in the toilet where most of those players came from.
Holding up a toilet. Silver toilet.
That's a good trophy, that.
Holding that up.
I want to get a picture of that.
Yeah. Someone will AI that.
Staying up trophy.
Someone will AI that and send it to us, mate.
Yeah. It's unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, Daz, enjoy it, mate. It's up. It's over. We can all relax now. Got the World Cup coming up.
He's the only one under a rock.
Just relax.
The only one. Only one that's got any. Only one that's got anything about him. Only Spurs fan today.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, supporting van owners to get the job done. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
It's just gone 1 o'clock. Here is sports headlines. Steve Clarke has signed a new contract to remain as Scotland head coach until the next World Cup. He's taken them to back-to-back Euros as well as this summer's tournament, which is their first World Cup in 28 years. Clarke says he's honoured to extend his time in the job, saying stability is the key to success in football. Meanwhile, should Crystal Palace bow to whatever demands Ollie Glasner may have in order to keep him and keep winning? Their former chairman Simon Jordan says no.
The individual responsibilities that you have to run a football club in the best way that you possibly can has to supersede. There's no guarantee you give Glasner 150 million quid, he finishes 2 places up the league. What does that achieve for anybody?
Anthony Gordon's agreed a 5-year deal to sign for Barcelona and has taken off for his medical in Spain. What does it mean for Marcus Rashford? Alex Crook says Barcelona could sign them both, but another loan for Rashford's more likely.
One of the attractions with Anthony Gordon, as far as Hansi Flick, the manager, is concerned, is that not only can he play on that left wing that Rashford has occupied for quite a bit of the season, but he can play up front as well. And, of course, they're losing Robert Lewandowski.
Anthony Gordon has now landed for his medical. Barca are still chasing Julian Alvarez, the Argentine forward. Atletico Madrid want at least £90 million. We understand Alvarez would love to go. And in an excellent interview, the kickboxer who nearly beat Usyk, Rico Verhoeven, has told White and Jordan how much he'd back himself against any other heavyweight.
100%.
Do you think you would beat Tyson Fury?
100%. That's why I'm here.
Would you beat Joshua?
Of course. I was so close to beating Usyk, and they all got beaten twice by that guy.
Would you beat Moses Atoma?
I haven't seen him on the highest level.
Spencer Oliver, meanwhile, agrees with Ajit Kabayel that Kabayel would beat Usyk that fought Rico. Listen back now to both interviews on the talkSPORT YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Mass screening for prostate cancer has been ruled out, and the scale of youth unemployment has been described as a moral crisis. Find out more with Sinead in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
A dry and sunny day for most, very warm in the southeast. A few showers across the south, some thundery.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals and taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT, and we're just very much enjoying that line of questioning from Jim White to Rico Verhoeven there, because it did have that kind of kids vibe, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Would you beat Tyson Fury? Oh, damn you. Okay, would you be? And like an hour later, Dad, would you beat a kangaroo? Eat your nuggets. Stop asking me silly questions. Would you? No, of course not.
Would you beat Godzilla?
I wanted a few more names.
Would you beat King Kong?
Would you? Yeah, I wanted a few more names. In there. Look, all good questions. Anyway,
Nice.
It is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. Where this afternoon, Charlie, tell us what's coming up.
Coming up over the next 3 hours, Palace fan and comedian James Gill joins us fresh off the plane from Leipzig.
Yeah.
We'll look at some of the breaking stories with just a fortnight to go until the World Cup. And Tim Vickery brings us the latest from South America.
Yeah, just 2 weeks' time the World Cup gets underway. We also want tales of the algorithm malfunctioning. I've suffered that today. Plus stories that end. Yeah, looking back, it probably wasn't the best moment to check my phone. And I've actually thought of some of the style of answers we're going to get from our heartland.
Oh, okay.
So there's only so much we can do at this time of day. And we'll look ahead to this weekend's Rugby League Challenge Cup finals.
Yes, all this plus darts podcaster and Sunderland fan Andy Dawson gives us his predictions for tonight's Premier League finals. And we'll bring you another waste of half an hour. Birthday spread.
Although you're in good form at the moment, Charlie, aren't you?
Waste of time.
Very good form.
No one enjoys it.
No, it's true. It's rubbish. It is actually rubbish. It's going to be off for the World Cup.
Yeah, no.
So we're going to be coming through from 10 till 1, and no one wants to listen to that while the World Cup's on at 12:30.
It's going to be off because Paul's Paperboy's on holiday. So
well, he's obviously going to the World Cup. He works for FIFA. he's Infantino's sort of helper. He's hype man.
And he set the ticket prices.
He's our Paperboy. He set the ticket prices. Anyway, more on that a little bit later on. But it is 7 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Yeah, you had the algorithm malfunctioning earlier.
Oh, yeah.
on, Paul, didn't you? Very funny.
It's good people at ASOS.
Very, very good.
Let me congratulate the good people at ASOS.
Let's congratulate the good people of Crystal Palace.
Oh, no, let's do that.
We're going to be talking about it, but I love Palace as a club, Paul.
Yeah,
proper football club.
Well, unless you're a Brighton fan, you haven't really got Millwall.
No.
You haven't really got a problem with Palace, have you? Really?
Represents its community well, doesn't it? I think Steve Parish is a really good owner, chairman. Saved them, developed Selhurst Park rather than moving them away from it.
Yeah,
all those things. I can only wish them joy. I don't know what happens next. I fear relegation.
Don't say that.
I do.
Why do you fear relegation?
17th. They had a terrible. No, they didn't come. What did they come? 15th. No. Terrible season. Terrible season.
You'll often find a team that its eye off the ball in the league because they had a big European final. Normally does quite. Oh, hang on.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So if they lose a couple of players, it looks like Wharton. I don't know if he'll go, but he's not got in the England squad probably because he plays for Palace.
Yeah, look, they're going to be in the Europa League and they're going to be playing. They've been playing twice a week, but the standard will be higher in that competition. But let's just salute and pat them on the back for last.
Yeah, but I'm not sending them down yet. I'm just saying. I fear it.
I mean, I'm sure James was delighted to slightly knackered after a big night out in Leipzig. The first thing he says, "I'm slightly fearful of relegation." That's great, isn't it?
It's what can happen, isn't it? It's what can happen in football.
But give them 5 minutes.
I mean, Hull are going down, aren't they? So there's one spot gone.
Oh, you are. You're scorched earth, aren't you?
There's one spot gone.
Shock jock.
Coventry probably go down. So there's probably only one slot up for grabs.
Wow, making friends all over the country. I thought
what's came up from the championship.
We had the playoff. Well, we had Hull in the playoff.
Hull in the playoff. Who came second?
Ipswich.
Yeah, actually, no one's going down. Actually, were lads. Easy peasy season.
There we are. Charlie Baker making friends wherever he goes.
It's a free hit. It's a free hit for clubs next season.
So that's 3 lots of fans who hate you. Or 4, actually, with Palace thrown in.
I'm not touring to Ipswich. I'm not touring to Hull.
I mean, this was a thing. Vallecano they got in good positions a few times. They didn't have the quality. Even at the end, that bloke, that kind of swivel and shot. I mean, Dean Henderson had to make one save. They didn't have enough quality, really, did they? That was the problem.
It was a
Palace could have had 2 or 3.
Some of Adam Morton's balls, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Amazing.
We'll talk to Henry Winter about this.
He'd be great at Spurs.
I mean, a lot of people have said
he's exactly what you need, Adam Morton.
Yeah.
They need to go out today and get him.
Today.
Okay. End of play.
Well, if you're listening,
end of business.
If you're listening, Johan Lang, if you're still there. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens.
Anyway, the algorithm's been playing its tricks on you, Paul, hasn't it?
So I had an alert from the good people and then followed up with an email. So talk about kick you twice. Watching the game this weekend, why don't you wear this? A big picture of an Arsenal shirt. Look, they've sent me.
Paul, you'd look nice in that.
Yeah. £85 they want.
You'd look nice in that.
Watching the match this weekend. Nice shirt for you, Paul.
Nice Arsenal shirt.
Great, isn't it?
The new one, is it? The new one?
Well, it looks like it.
Champions, Paul. Little.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I'd have to pay extra to get that on, wouldn't I?
You'd get that on,
They might chuck it in. They might feel guilty and chuck it in. But sometimes the algorithm does get it wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we were interested in when the algorithm has got it completely wrong with you.
Well, it gets it right sometimes. I had a big birthday on Saturday, Paul.
Yeah.
And, I was feeling pretty good about myself. You know,
a big birthday.
I was 50 on Saturday.
Oh, Charlie, I never knew that.
That's all right.
Happy
And I was feeling pretty good about myself. Thinking, no, it's all right. I don't mind. I'm
not doing bad for 50.
Bearing it well.
They hate you in Coventry, Hull and Ipswich, and in South London. But beyond that, you've got a lot of friends.
First email I got on my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Your carbon fibre orthotics are arriving.
Wow.
It's no good, is it?
Carbon fibre orthotics?
Keep your feet going. The arthritis are getting me toes, Paul.
Oh.
Apparently the carbon fibre orthotics will sort it out. But it made me go, maybe I am 50. Maybe that's the
carbon fibre orthotics sounds like a time that you did a John Peel session many years ago. Tonight's session from...
The carbon fibre orthotics.
You're doing Michael Parkin tonight, yeah. From Manchester, you can't do that. So,
at Alex Horn's football match
2
weeks ago, yes, he was there.
Who was?
Jamie Cullum.
Jamie Cullum, was he?
Jamie Cullum
was Nora
there.
Jones there?
Nora Jones was not there. No, it was Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
We got one of them.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's great. You've met
good,
one.
I've met one.
On your Parky bingo card. Sorry, it makes sense if you listen to the birthday spread. So, the other thing was, this was in the papers today. Where's it gone? It said...
Wasn't the best time to check your phone.
1 in 50 footy fans admit checking scores on their phone during the birth of a child. Good people at Motorola looked into that.
They do turn up at the wrong time, don't they?
Imagine that. Like, wife's in labour, and she says, "What are you doing?" So, she's gone 1-0 down.
Well, you've got nothing to do when your wife's in labour. All you've got to do is sit there.
I'm no good to you, basically, am I? So I might as well listen to the commentary.
You paid for the Wi-Fi in the hospital.
I mean, the logic of it, no one can argue with that. Because you are pretty much redundant, really in a supportive role.
What the score is.
Yeah, but you don't mind. You just it's only 10 minutes left.
A way out of it would be to go, just working out what the baby's name's going to be.
Yeah, that's it. At the moment, he's going to be called Bakayo. But we'll see what happens. If somebody else, it might be something else. Got to be the last scorer of the day.
Exactly.
So anyway, looking back, it probably wasn't the best moment to check my phone. If you want to admit to one of those.
Chris, the Wrexham fan's been in touch. I mean, it's gone not a great way already, Paul. The algorithm getting it wrong. When his dad first got seriously ill, sponsored ads on Chris's timeline kept suggesting coffins.
Oh, do you know what though? They
don't mean it. The algorithm doesn't mean it.
No, but this thing of like when you talk about something and 5 minutes later. There they are.
There they are,
listening to
carbon fibre orthotics.
That's all I'll get now. Listening to us.
That's all I'll get now. Carbon fibre orthotics.
We should pop down to Talk Radio and do half hour on that. Anyway, looking back, it probably wasn't the best moment to check my phone.
Very nice.
Indeed, the algorithm malfunctions. I like me getting invited by an Arsenal shirt by ASOS this morning.
Are you going to get it, Paul? They said it'll be here by tomorrow.
Yeah.
You could wear it Saturday night.
No, you're all right.
Who are you supporting Saturday night, Paul?
Well, I go in as... I hope football's the winner. talkSPORT.com, text 81089. I've got friends and relatives who are Arsenal fans.
Sure.
I'm not getting involved. Nothing to do with me. Don't get involved. He's not worth it.
Leave it.
Leave it, Paul. TalkSPORT.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J 03717223344 to get in touch this afternoon on that, or indeed anything else. We'll kick off with James Gill. He has recently flown in from Leipzig. He was there last night in the stadium to witness it all unfold. He's a big Palace fan. So Charlie says they're possibly going down. We'll get his reaction to that. Such a bad thing to say. Give him 5 minutes.
Dan's been in touch. When's Andy back?
Yeah, see?
He's Ipswich fan.
See? Henry Winter, 2 weeks ago at the World Cup, there's a few stories surfacing we'll discuss with him. And we've got Premier League darts final tonight. We'll keep you in touch with that. And we got it live, haven't we? Of course, fantastic. With Dance, Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, very nice. Darts on the radio.
From 7 o'clock. That's brilliant this evening. So Andy Dawson, darts podcaster and Sunderland fan, will join us with his predictions for the evening. That and a whole lot more besides. We're here with our very good friends at Tool Station. It's the Tool Station Trade Club you can join. You'll get 10% off all electrical and lighting products when you buy cables and flexes. First stop, Tool Station.
Whenever we've talked about potential England players for the World Cup, your name is always mentioned of players that we both think should be going. It's not just me and Ben, it's the listener as well. So I'm guessing you would have felt you'd done enough this season to have gone. How did you find out you weren't going? When did you get the call and what was said?
I think I got the call on the thing at Thursday, like everyone else did, whether they were going or not. A good, honest conversation. He just said, I think I've got people ahead of you right now. It's nothing to do with you. You've done everything that you could possibly do. I've really enjoyed watching you the past 6 months. Just unfortunate the way it is. And, you know, I respect him as a manager. I think he's a top manager, and I really hope the boys go on to do something incredible this summer, because they truly deserve it. Even the gaffer, they truly deserve it, because he's a top guy. And I appreciated the call, because he didn't have to call me to tell me I wasn't in the squad, so I appreciate that. But for me personally, it's difficult. It's so difficult, because you try and put yourself in the best possible situation to go, and I believe I did. But I think the game's all about opinions. I mean, you guys on the show, it's all opinions. Some are wrong, some are good, some are bad. And I've been on a lot of people's wrong opinions in my career so far, and I've always got over them hurdles and bounced back from it. So this is just another hurdle, another thing to bounce back from.
So I was going to say, so how difficult was it to take? Because again, me and Andy talk about it all the time, and I've been there, where you almost convince yourself that you've played well enough, so you're going to be going. And when that call comes that you're not going, that initial...
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals and taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Played second half. Wharton picks the ball up, runs down the left side of the centre circle, then strikes from distance, parried into the path of JP Mateta, who scores the opening goal of the Conference League final, and the Eagles have landed the first blow on Rayo Vallecano, and there is the full-time whistle, and the men from the Palace are crowned kings of Europe. The supporters throw their beers into the air, the flags wave, and the players run to embrace each other. He lifts the trophy into the sky, the captain of Crystal Palace, Dean Henderson. It's history made in Leipzig. It's history for Crystal Palace once again.
Yeah, fine victory for Palace. It could have been more comfortable, but I'm sure they'll take 1-0. They made all those nice people from Madrid cry, though. I mean, there was some.
They were hovering on them quite a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
There was more shots.
The director was the director a Palace fan because he seemed to be staying rather than celebrating Palace fans. He seemed much happier, or she much happier,
on the sadness rather than the elation.
Absolute, they were bawling, weren't they?
And the players stayed on pitch for ages afterwards, just staring at them, nearly crying.
I know. Maybe that's the way. Anyway,
Look,
it's
that's
not.
the
This
way
is
it
not
goes.
James Gill's problem.
Not James.
He was celebrating the comedian and Palace fan in the stadium with his fellow Palace fans. Hello, James.
Boys, what a pleasure as always
Wow.
to see you two kings. God bless you both.
I like that. Are you? You're wearing your Palace hat. I
same
saw
clothes.
some
The same
pic-
clothes.
You are in the same clothes, aren't you? As you were last night. You're never going to take them off.
I've just stapled this cap to my head. If you see a man of a certain age wearing a cap, you can bet your bottom dollar that he is bald. So I'll just pop that back on there. It was a very special night. I tell you what, I urgently need a shower. I stink and I'm sweaty and I regret nothing.
Right.
What a night. By the way, last time I was on, I was championing Adam Wharton.
Oh, yeah.
And last night, that lad,
Oh, yeah.
good Lord, played like Jesus of Nazareth. He was sensational. Even
It's
Christian
going to be
would
amazing
agreeing
for Liverpool, and he's going to be amazing for him.
Charlie, why'd you do this? Why? Look, Paul, when is Andy back? When
Happens
is
a lot.
Andy back?
Wow. You've just missed him saying that he's frightened you're going to be relegated next season. So
Oh, I didn't miss that. Oh, I heard it. Thanks very much.
No, you're
Can
not.
I just say,
Written
Charlie Baker, you were a doom-monger after the FA Cup, and we then won the Community Shield.
Yeah,
you were
sure.
a doom-monger again, and we won the Conference League. You're being a doom-monger again. Listeners, lump on. We're going to win the World Cup. Keep doom-mongering, buddy. It goes great for us every time.
So tell us about it. You landed in Leipzig. I think you were with Doc Brown, weren't you? The comedian Doc Brown?
Doc Brown, Mark Steele. It was
nice.
It was
And Elliot,
comedians
yeah,
galore.
yeah.
Elliot Steele. It was great fun. Lovely vibes, lovely atmosphere, lots of hugging. By the way, there wasn't I think the FA Cup, because we'd never won a major trophy before. That was a bloodfest. We were crying more than those Rayo Vallecano fans.
Yeah.
Last night was more elation. It was very special indeed. We've got a 19-year-old centre back called JD Canvo. What's he called in our Palace WhatsApp group? Jasper Carrot. Of course he is. Did you see him last night? He made Franco Baresi look absolutely bobbins. He was lads, can I share with you? Because right, listeners, what's happened is the plane landed an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
And talkSPORT very kindly put a car on. To
Don't
get
tell
me on
people.
slot.
Don't tell people. James.
They'll all want one.
No, listen.
They'll all want one.
No, but you see, I've got to share the love. It was very kind. By the way, listeners, I've got to say what a great dad I am. School holidays, door opened, me, 2 bags, ran in, my 2 kids. Daddy. Sorry, not now. I'm on talkSPORT. So,
Great
Jemima
stuff.
and Luna, I'd like to apologise to my children. I'm my wife, of course, Mrs. Gill.
Yeah.
She was delighted that I went away for 2 days during half term. Lads, so the least
How do
Sorry, go on.
Palace kick on from here, James?
They kick on with
how do
this.
How do they make this not the peak?
I'm going to tell you how, because Charlie, because you've gone to such trouble to get me on, the least I could do was come up with 2 chants that will never catch on at Sellers
Okay, yeah,
Park.
nice.
Are you ready for them?
Ready?
Yeah.
Manic Street Preachers to the tune of La Tristessa.
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, I know what you're thinking. This lad's got his finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. La Tristessa, Evan Gesand, now pass to Sa. Pass to Sa. Right, that's what.
How many people joined in with that one? And knowing
It
some
was-
old
I
manic stuff.
I got asked to leave.
On your own. Singing on your own.
The next one, spoiler, I've got less confidence in this one. Okay, ready?
Yeah,
On that
here
one.
we go.
Less confident in this one than that one. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Go
what
for
I
it.
just said. Thanks, Charlie. Is there an echo?
That was the banker.
Prefab sprout, ready?
Yeah.
Hot dog,
Yeah.
jumping for Chatty Riyadh.
Oh, that's no. It's been no effort.
No
put into
effort,
that.
James.
When we're
Terrible.
lifting the Premier League next season and everyone's singing hot dog,
Yeah.
jumping for.
Sounds like you had a good night.
I think he has. Yeah.
It was a great night. By the way, can I just say, That's a catchphrase. I couldn't be more delighted for Adam Wharton. Right.
Yeah.
We all have Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton not being picked for the England squad for the World Cup is the biggest miscarriage of justice since the imprisonment of Deirdre Rashid.
Oh, wow. It's that big.
Free Deirdre.
It's that big. Harry Redknapp made that joke about Tuchel being a German spy and everyone got on his back. It was a joke. Let's not forget it was a joke.
Yeah.
That, like great comedy, that gag is aging beautifully.
Do you think he will? What sort of changes are you expecting next year? You think Mateta has made his peace, or do you expect him to go now?
No, I get quite all the lads I was on this trip with. Stephen Browett, huge thank you by the way, one of the guys that helped save the club. But I get a lot of stick for being Johnny positive about every single player. We could sign Charlie Baker genuinely as our new left back, and I'd be like, this lad's got something. I'm telling you, give him a chance.
Type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
I'm not just glass half full. I'm very grateful to have a glass in the first place. So I've got every confidence. I would like to think that now that we're in the Europa League. By the way, can I just say thank you to Mr. Marianakis? Turns out he was playing. The lad was playing 5D chess. Yeah. He selflessly wanted us to win more trophies. So I know you're listening. Thank you very much. So yeah, I have every confidence that we will kick on.
Somebody has already flagged up. What have you got, Leon? In the Europa League, what are the chances of that happening?
Oh my God! Yeah, pop your money on that.
Yeah. So, well, look, it's lovely to talk to you, James. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations.
The treble. You've done the treble. Does it count as a treble?
Oh, it's it's not a treble. It's the treble. It's the.
Will it ever be done again?
Liverpool and Man City fans are going, that's the treble you want. That's the real treble. Pep Guardiola, I know you're listening. If you fancy the manager's job, let's talk. Let's do this. We play in red and blue, baking hot sun. Let's pretend it's Catalonia, but we pronounce it Craidonia. Okay, we'll see you next season. Pep.
Oh, we just should ask you about that because, it makes you a far more attractive prospect in the eyes of many top managers that you've got. European football. We could be playing for a place in the Champions League. So
thank you, Paul. You've always been my favourite.
You've got to be positive. So who would you like to see come? I know they've talked about Iraola, and there's still a possibility. But is there anybody else you're quite fancy?
I'll tell you what, mate. Tonda Eckhart, because he's doing his own work. Get Tonda in.
Well, okay. You go Tonda. Really, I think he's got some work to do.
That's the Southampton manager. What I've done, I've prepared two pages of jokes. It's the least I could do.
Yeah,
Tonda Eckhart. There we go.
Let me know when they start.
Unbelievable. Why have you got to be like this? When is Andy back?
Yeah.
Everybody, chant. When is Andy back?
Yeah.
That one's more likely to get going.
To the tune of a very obscure Jesus and Mary chain song, I'm guessing. When is Andy back? Cheers, James. I can tell you're euphoric. You're like a kid on the sunny D. We're going to let you decompress at home with the wife and kids now. All the best.
You think my hair's good? Steve Parrish's hair, Paul.
You like Steve Parrish's hair?
Is that his actual hair? Is it his own hair?
He's older than you as well. Yeah. I'd say you're in the same hair envelope, you and him. Have you based yourself on the hair of Steve?
60-odd Steve Parrish. He's doing well there, isn't he? If that's unless he's been to Turkey or something. I don't know. I don't want to, good luck to him. I say he's done a great job.
As he gets older, he's going to look like my Uncle Stan.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks like...
yeah, without the hair. He's, see what's happening. Yeah.
It'd be great. If I was interviewing him today, imagine the sort of curveball that would be. Just one final question. As you get older, you're really going to look more like my Uncle Stan.
Here he is, look.
What are you going to do with it?
Show him a picture. Yeah.
Just a quick one. Looking back, it probably wasn't the best moment to look at my mobile phone. This was off of the survey that said 1 in 50, only 1 in 50 admitted it. That's not meaning 1 in 50 did it. 1 in 50 footy fans admitted checking scores on their phone during the birth of a child.
Yeah, Sam, the Spurs fan's been in touch. When my son was being born, it was taking ages.
So why so sympathetic?
I was trying to watch the Spurs-Liverpool game on my phone. Yeah. Wi-Fi was terrible. The wife was making
He seems to be making a lot of complaints.
And the wife was making a hell of a racket. Oh. It's having your child,
what
Sam.
Terrible. Sorry, Sam. You're a terrible bloke, Sam.
And you lost 3-0. That's karma. Worst day ever. Sam the Spurs.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, as I feared, was the heartland. So check out the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily as Adrian Durham, Alan Pardew, and, of course, Super Al, the man who scored a huge goal against Liverpool back in 1990 for Palace, and Sam Matterface round up an amazing night for Crystal Palace as they won their first ever European trophy. They'll look back on the remarkable journey Palace fans have been on, paid tribute to the departing manager Oliver Glasner, and discuss why Adam Wharton was left out of the World Cup squad. So the talkSPORT Daily available on all podcast platforms now. We'll continue building up to the World Cup. 2 weeks to go today. It gets underway. Henry Winter from the Sunday edition, fine sports journalist, will be joining us for a chat.
I've got a lot of mates of mine that Spurs fans, and they all told me that when you were coming off the bench, there was a lift at White Hart Lane. All the fans were getting very excited. Did you notice that? I know it might be not necessarily easy for you to go, yeah, when I come on, everyone was excited. But did you know that there was a lift towards the back end of the season when you were getting on the...
Yeah, but I'd been out for such a long time that was... I kind of expected that, maybe not to the level that the reception they gave me on my first game back, but if Kulusevski came back, he'd get the same. Yep. I think that when you're out for that long and the fans don't see you for that long, especially when you're an attacking player, I feel like the attacking players always get a little bit more
love,
a little bit more excitement about you being back. If a centre half coming back from a long injury, it's probably not as exciting because they're not the goal scorers. But no, I'm truly grateful for the reception they gave me because it was amazing for me and my family to experience that. Yeah.
James, I've got to say, I mean, by Spurs standard, of course, we know it wasn't a great season, but what was that feeling like in the dressing room afterwards when all the emotions, not gone, but you've gone inside now, you have survived? What was that emotion like in the dressing room?
Just pure relief, mate.
Yeah.
Pure relief. Like, a few people were questioning why we were like celebrating almost. We wasn't celebrating in joy and happiness. It was relief, mate. It was a massive pressure game. There was a lot on the line, so we prepared for it like we prepared for the Europa League final. You know what I mean? There was that much on the line, if not more, probably.
Yeah.
So the celebrations at the end, which obviously the fun police come out and have a little bit of a go out, was more relief. Just the fact that we have managed to dig deep and get that last win. Because I knew West Ham would win against Leeds. You could feel it. West Ham at home. West Ham have got great fans as well. We knew that place would be rocking and they'd probably get a result. So we knew we had to get something. And
when you were playing in that last game of the season, you were 1-up and then West Ham scored. Did you know on the pitch?
I was warming up and there was a fella behind me who just went, Madders, West Ham scored.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, well, I said, calm.
Steve Clarke has extended his Scotland contract to the end of the 2030 World Cup. Over the last 7 years, Clarke has led the Tartan Army to 3 major tournaments, including their first World Cup since 1998. Elsewhere, Oliver Glasner is riding off into the sunset after winning the Conference League, and another former Palace boss, Alan Pardew, is urging the club to now hang on to Adam Wharton.
Very much a key player in terms of opening the door for a team, and in the Premier League they're very, very rare.
We're told Barcelona wants Anthony Gordon because he can play up front as well as out wide. Our chief football correspondent is Alex Crook.
What does it mean for Marcus Rashford? That's the big question, because of course he's been on loan. I think Barcelona probably would prefer to loan him for another year.
We've heard Barca have agreed a £70 million deal with Newcastle for Gordon. The Catalans are also chasing Julian Alvarez, but Atletico Madrid want at least 90 million quid. And the man who's correctly predicted every World Cup winner since 2014 says it's finally time for the Dutch to break their duck.
The benefit that a team like the Netherlands has is they've got high quality and informed players across the entire pitch. There isn't a single weakness.
German economist Joachim Clement has got England reaching the semis. Plenty more at talksport.com.
Now, the latest issue of How to Win the World Cup is now live. Matt Ford and comedian Susie McCabe speak with the former USA keeper Brad Friedel all about penalties and the pressure of a World Cup penalty shootout. Friedel says the media have played a role in increasing pressure on England heading into penalty shootouts in previous World Cups.
I think the Premier League doesn't help with the tired legs, that's for sure. I think it's the press and the pressure more so that puts the pressure on the English players, and then it just snowballed, and it became this enormous thing where all these brilliant players, and they are brilliant players, almost look just it was like nerve-wracking watching them walk up, grab the ball, and put it on the spot, and you're thinking, oh no, you're going to miss too.
Yeah, do you think that's a uniquely English thing?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God!
No, but I think it's changed. I think it's changed. Whatever. I think Southgate started it a little bit to try to take the ease off the players a little bit.
So there we are, Brad Friedel there on How to Win the World Cup. It's available wherever you get your podcasts and on the talkSPORT World Cup YouTube channel. Joining us now, a journalist, representative of the media under fire there from Brad Friedel, and author of 50 Years of Hurt, Story of England Football.
It's his fault.
It is his fault. Henry Winter, it's your fault, Henry.
Yeah, mea culpa. I'm gonna step back 12 yards and shank it over the bar. I mean, look, Brad. It's a really interesting interview that, and Brad makes so many good points. I mean, you guys know him. I've interviewed him down the years, and he's a very reflective individual. But I think if you go back to Italia 90, you go back to Euro 96. I mean, that wasn't pressure that was placed on those 3-4 individuals. That was just, if anything, we were building them up at that time, particularly Euro 96. I remember going into that semi-final against the Germans, and it was all rah-rah, it's coming home. I don't think there was pressure on them so much. I think the pressure was more that they weren't practicing. And this was an argument we had going into France 98 with Glenn Hoddle. And he said, well, he can't replicate the conditions. But then why does Rory McIlroy have that ability to take effectively a dead ball on the 18th hole and nail it? It's because of practice, and that's what Southgate brought in, and also little technical things like taking slightly longer, doing up your laces, making sure that someone else has the ball, if there's not so much obviously in a shootout, but in the game itself. Lots of technical things. The Dutch did a really good report on this, and the English followed that. And things like we see with Jordan Pickford with what's on his water bottle as well. So England sort of came out of the playground, got a bit grown up, did a bit of research onto it, and stopped blaming the press.
Now, one of the stories of the day is that England's pre-World Cup friendlies are not particularly capturing the imagination of the US public, despite the fact that tickets are not ridiculous, although £54 is a starting point for a friendly. It depends how you want to argue that out, and we'll come on to tickets after. Apparently 13,000 have been sold. The Costa Rica game in Orlando, they've sold 12,000. That's only a 25,000 capacity, but to watch England versus New Zealand, which the ground holds 69,000 fans, and there's not going to be many there, Henry. Is that just a scare story? Expect it to fill up?
No, I mean, it is a concern. And we went through this before Brazil when England trained out there. It's always surprised me that England sort of choose a place like that, which actually, from what I remember from 2014, was a tornado season, and both of England's friendlies were held up. So empty seats might be the least of their concerns this time around. No, I mean, the England fans I know, the top cappers, those who go home and away, they are going in en masse to this. Actually, if anything, as much as they are going to go to the competitive games at the World Cup, because you get points for this. I mean, Charlie will know this because he sort of travels and knows, and Paul, you know the England fans. So a lot of them are going, A, because it's Florida, and because, the two games are back-to-back and you can do it slightly more reasonably priced. But it's for the points. So you can get the points, so you can get the tickets for a tournament that England have got a very real chance of winning, which is the Euros.
Now, staying on the tickets, this story today suggesting that New York and New Jersey are going to subpoena FIFA as part of an investigation into ticketing practices for this World Cup. It just struck me, you've dealt with FIFA enough over the years. They often push their luck, and they do take absolute liberties, because when a World Cup's on, they're in charge, basically. Yeah. That's the way it's tended to work. When they go in and FIFA take over wherever the World Cup's taking place. But they seem to have pushed their luck so much further than ever this time around, Henry. And so there we are. We've got the New York Attorney General and the New Jersey Attorney General bringing them to book. Do you think it will make any difference?
Well, I mean, this is the Julie Andrews approach. I mean, we've had the FBI taking on FIFA in the past, so the Americans are quite capable of ramping up the pressure without even bringing the lawyers in. And I think they're completely right. And I think I would love to see this sort of spread across the host cities actually addressing the issues of their allegation is that ticket prices have been inflated by FIFA, and also that they have misled. And I use that word in quotes because this is what the New Yorkers and New Jersey Attorney Generals are saying, that they've misled the fans in terms of the location of the seats. But my experience of American stadium is that the sight lines are pretty good. It's not like you're in the radio box at the old Goodison Park and you've got a column the size of Duncan Ferguson in the way. You've got the viewing is pretty good. But look, ticketing has been a bit of a fiasco from the start, the cost, the release of them. But you know what? We've been into so many of these tournaments and there's so many issues going into it. And when the first game happens and when you see, when England start and you've got that first Harry Kane penalty and then you've got that first Messi run and you see Michael Elise, that's when we have the reference points. And look, you guys have been to enough tournaments and I think it'd be nice to focus on the football while also highlighting some of the disgraceful scenes, particularly towards the fans, the cost. I mean, not that many fans are going to be driving out there, but if you hire a car out there and you want to park near a ground, it can be upwards of $150.
Yeah.
Now the dust has settled a bit, Henry, I don't know how you feel about the England squad. If there's anyone you still surprises on the plane? Or...
Well, Adam Wharton's the name on everybody's lips today. You see him putting a performance like that, and that's going to be the case, isn't it?
But he doesn't play in the way Tuchel wants to play, does he? So,
well, Henry, what's your take? You watched the game last night, and he was pretty exceptional, wasn't he?
You put him in charge.
He was absolutely wonderful. I mean, I think the issue is who do you... I mean, I narrowed my England squad down to about 55 on the day that Tuchel announced his 26. I mean, who do you leave out? The obvious one is Jordan Henderson, who seems to be there. It's a bit cruel to call him head of vibes, but he is there to drive standards in training, as Tuchel calls it. But, he's 35, 36. Is he necessary? I mean, he might close down a game if England are sort of clinging on in a knockout game and they want to close down a game, Jordan. But, he's not even starting for Brentford. I don't think it was any surprise, certainly not to Palace fans or to people who've been watching Adam Wharton regularly, and certainly not to Blackburn Rovers fans who message me every week about how wonderful Adam Wharton is and who was running games on the pitch at Wembley as a 10-year-old in kids' games. So that was no real surprise last night. I mean, he is a class act, but who are you going to leave out? You can leave out Mainu. I mean, Kobbie Mainoo's been playing well. I feel for Adam Wharton. I thought he handled the questions about it with great dignity because he must be frustrated inside because he has got the class to play at world level.
Henry, you're back, I take it, on Sunday for the Sunday edition?
Yeah, and then fly out the next morning. England, and then we go straight into the matches. I can offer you 10,000 spare tickets to the right of the press box with your extensive
buy or
families
sell.
Predominantly sell. Yeah.
Just don't drive. That's all I say.
Yeah, excellent. Cheers, Henry. All the best.
Henry.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, guys.
That's Henry Winter there.
Jordan Henderson has been picked by every single England manager for the last
12
years, Paul. So he must have something special.
He made a decision, didn't he? Took him very early on. There was a couple of games in. I think Henderson was in the squad. And he basically said, he's going to be on the plane then. I mean, you just kind of sense it.
He must have something in training and around the
it's not just
lads.
I mean, it's not just that. I think, maybe it is that. I mean, it's just that sometimes, I mean, like Henry says, head of vibes. There is more to it than that.
Can he not go as a non? I think you need not go as a non-playing player.
You need good tourists, and although
like taking a fourth keeper,
and like for example, he leaves out Harry Maguire, and on a footballing level, you can argue that all day. But when he spits the dummy like that, if you think if he's not starting games for England, he's a senior pro, and if he's sitting around a hotel with a gob on all day with other players coming up saying, "You're right, H, you're okay," they want to channel their energies into something else. I'm not saying he shouldn't have made the squad because he's a very good player, and you could easily make a case for him.
When can they call up players until if people get injured in friendlies? Or...
Well, I think they've got some boys that are going out there, aren't they, that are going to be involved in training for the friendlies. But I would imagine that, players like Wharton, I don't think Harry Maguire gets a late call. I don't know what his attitude will be. He may well be on holiday by then.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, good tourists isn't enough because, David Seaman was on the telly earlier on today. He said, I'm more interested in what happens on the pitch. And I kind of get that.
Yeah.
But when you're putting... the dynamic of putting a squad together, I guess that's what his job is, isn't it? And the proof's in the pudding.
That's the thing.
We stink the place out. We can say what you like.
If you go, you're the gaffer, you do it, then you have to accept that what he's done.
Stand or fall on it. Anyway, Andy Dawson's going to join us. Big Sunderland fan. He'll have a spring in his step. And he loves the darts.
On a European tour.
He does his own darts podcast with his lad. And so he'll be right across the Premier League darts. The finals are tonight. We're going to bring it to you live from 7 o'clock here on talkSPORT. And we'll get Andy's take on it, get some predictions from him. We're here with our good friends at Toolstation. And we should say, first stop, Toolstation.
Big week.
Come on.
Big week.
Can I get congratulations?
Happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Do you know
I'm
how
not sour,
pathetic
man.
this is? You got a Tottenham fan sort of celebrating. You can't celebrate. You come in
Straight in.
Yeah, I mean,
Straight. Bro, at least like maybe a cup of tea first. Like, bro, straight in.
No, mate, because your entire gait and approach is wrong. This is unjust. This isn't how it works. Darren sitting next to me, giving it the big one, is just about fair enough. They're champions. They can get away with it. You can't come in here as a Tottenham fan and celebrate. You've got to celebrate.
You're smiling. Where did you finish?
What did you celebrate?
Where did you finish?
I'm not celebrating.
Where did you finish?
No, we finished mid-table.
I'll put something to you. We had the same season as you.
I kind of agree with that. I just think it's crazy that you came in here. You came in here like the cat that got the cream.
No.
This is the thing.
I think what people are confused about. No one celebrated finishing 17th. We celebrated the fact that we're not going to be in a championship. You don't get that. What don't you get about that? No one wants to be 17th, but once we're in a relegation fight, you want me to be upset that we're staying up? Bro, I'm happy, bro.
I think it's shameful that you can find anything to celebrate at the moment. And this is the thing that Tottenham fans are doing. They're sort of going, we kind of won. We won. We succeeded. We made it. Like, no, you lost. The fact that we're having this conversation. It's the fact that we're having this conversation.
He's coming in for a different level of smoke.
Yeah, he has.
I had an ice cream earlier.
He has. No, literally, I was enjoying the weather. Yeah, he's coming in on war.
Honestly.
Crazy.
I just can't believe it. I've witnessed you in real life. You've walked through the door like the cat.
You want me to come in here? It's 30 degrees outside. How do you want me to walk in?
I think you should come in here very reticent and basically say, oh my God, by the skin of our teeth, we got away.
Bro, you know I don't play for Spurs, right? You know that. I got my whole own thing going on.
No, I don't really get it. But what I do have to do is give a lot of credit to Roberto De Zerbi.
Yeah, fair enough. He done his job. He done well.
He changed the direction.
That was the last swing of the bat, innit? Like getting De Zerbi in, and he done his job.
Yeah. Do you think you would have gone down without him?
Yeah, probably. I think so. Probably. He galvanised everyone. I think he just brought.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals and taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
TalkSPORT Drive comes to you this afternoon from Soccer Aid Training. And all the stars will be there. We'll catch up with one of them who'll be playing. You played football with a couple of weekends back.
I did.
Leeds fan, comedian Maisie Adam.
He's Chicken City, Paul. I don't like to talk about him.
She scored against you, didn't she?
She did.
Was it a good goal?
No, I had a howler.
She'll talk us through
An
it.
absolute howler.
Before that, of course, we've got live darts. Well, after the boys on drive, we've got live darts for you this evening. Premier League darts final. Ian Danta, Paul Nicholson, Laura Turner are there at the O2 to bring you the conclusion of another fine tournament. We've got the two Lukes, Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he?
Who said today that he kind of fed off the negativity when he was announced. And he said, well, he's not going to make the finals. He started very well. He tailed off a bit. But anyway, let's get the thoughts of someone who loves his darts, podcaster, from Atletico Mints and Top Flight Time Machine, and Unserious Darts, his own podcast with Oliver Ross. It is Sunderland supporting Andy Dawson. Good afternoon, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Good afternoon, fellas.
So let's kick off with the dart. We will get on to Sunderland, of course. But, this evening, we said it's interesting. Everybody was writing Johnny Clayton off. He's done very well. I mean, he's been here before, but still, a lot of people didn't fancy his chances, and here he is on finals night.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he was kind of just there to make up the numbers, but Johnny Clayton's got good history with the Premier League. You know, it's the tournament where he thrives on being in it. He always shows his best side as a player. And I don't understand why anybody could be negative about Johnny Clayton, because he's just a lovely fella. You know, he's a great player, lovely fella, and I'm just delighted that he's done as well as he has, and he's made it through to the final. He came out of the traps, I'll say like a ferret. In the first few weeks of the group stage, and he was top of the league for quite a while, but he fell off a little bit, but he still finished second, which is a brilliant performance for him. And I think he'll thrive tonight in the atmosphere there. I think it's 14,000 at the O2. It's as big as it gets.
Yeah.
For any night at darts anywhere. So, he'll thrive on that.
He's catching Luke Humphries on a decent run, though. He seems to have found a real bit of late form, so it's not going to be easy, is it?
No, that's the thing. Luke Humphries struggled for a long time. Probably the first three quarters of the Premier League stage itself. Then hit some form, and he's got himself up into the third place. So it's gonna be tough. But you've got two great matches: Gerwyn Price versus Luke Littler in the other one. That'll be fantastic as well. So it's a longer format as well. You know, it's first to 10 in the semi-finals and then first to 11 in the final. So it gives the matches a bit more room to breathe. And ramp up the excitement. So it's going to be a really good night.
He's going to have a pre-match Nando's, Luke Littler.
Oh, is he?
He's he's got the black. Nice. He's got the coveted black card, Andy. Have you seen that? He's been given one of those, so free Nando's for life.
Wow, half a chicken,
right?
And so he'll be, yeah. I mean,
don't go too hot, Luke. You don't want to be popping off.
Yeah, you don't want to be kind of leaving the hockey, do you? Mid.
My train this morning came from Cardiff and into London, and I'd say there were two big tables of lads
on their way to the
singing
O2.
about Gerwyn Price, and I'd say they were already 4 or 5 cans in.
Yeah.
And that was about 10 o'clock this morning. I thought, you're not going to make it. You're not going to get to the O2.
Look, your money is on a two Luke's final again, but it would be some story if it was Clayton versus...
That's the format's odd, I think, Andy. The fact that it's a league, and then it's just all on the night. I think that's where it benefits Littler in many ways. He's so good under pressure. There's actually not a lot of pressure on him because he's won everything, isn't he? So he's...
he's won it. He won it 2 years ago. If it's the two Lukes again, it'll be the third year in a row, I think, when it's been the two Lukes in the final, which is kind of one of the criticisms people have of the Premier League, which is it's the same faces week in and week out, and you've got the same guys getting to the final. So I'm a big Johnny Clayton fan. I'm really rooting for Johnny to beat Luke Humphries and get into the final. I do think Luke Littler will have too much for Gerwyn Price, and it'll be Littler in the final again. But I'd love to see Johnny Clayton in there.
I mean, can Luke Littler? The question is, can Luke Littler do it? On a warm Thursday
Very
night
hot.
in South London on with a gut full of machu peas? this is the question.
He's just got to go medium or less.
Yeah.
Anything above medium,
That's right.
he's going to be in trouble.
But he might decide he wants the medium chicken, but then racks it up with a hot sauce.
Lemon and
Imagine
herb.
that.
Yeah.
Lemon and herb.
He might
lemon and herb Littler.
I mean, a go in price. He might not like. It might be quite sort of spicy breath. Might put him off because you're quite close on that.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why he's doing it. Anyway,
Trying to do.
it's live on talkSPORT tonight. Andy, we should congratulate your team, Sunderland.
Yeah, wonderful.
Probably gone beyond your wildest dreams. I mean, the mayhem of the last day, and then you end up in the Europa League.
It's incredible. It still hasn't sunk in, to be quite honest with you. I mean, it's 4 years since we were in League One, and we had that 4-year spell in League One. We got up to the Premier League just through the playoffs last year. 24 points behind the two teams that got automatic promotion. We've had absolutely no right to have the season that we've had. There's been some astounding recruitment at the club, it has to be said, and some brilliant coaching from Regis Libris. How he did not win Premier League Manager of the Year, I do not know. To give it to the guy who, fair enough, won the league, but, second for the last couple of seasons, you kind of expected Mikel Arteta to be first or second in the league, and Regis Libris to get us into 7th place. I think he was our 7th choice manager when he got the job as well.
Wow.
So that's quite apt.
It's a lucky number, clearly.
To deal with the amount of players you brought in, but also the AFCON as well, when you lost...
Yeah, because everybody thought
players.
that they'll fall off a cliff then, the players won't be the same. There was this expectation that you'd sort of run out of steam.
There was various excuses throughout the season from outside forces, let's say, some in the region itself. Things like, you haven't played anybody yet in the first 10 games, and then it was, you've got the AFCON, you'll not get through that. And I mean, just a month ago, we got done over 5-0 at home by Nottingham Forest, and it kind of felt like, the season's finished now. But then we just found not a second win, probably a third or fourth win that we've had this season, and the last few weeks, it's almost like the handbrake's come off. And I heard somebody saying that within the club, the thinking has been that we've been planning for next season since we got the 40 points and the safety, and we've kind of tweaked the way we play a little bit. So we've been a bit more open and a bit more expressive, and that's resulted in us winning 3-1 at Everton, then beating Chelsea last weekend 2-1. And Europa League. It looked like we might get into the Conference League, but the Europa League was beyond our wildest dreams, and it's going to be completely nuts. Can't wait.
So you and your lad still doing unserious darts?
Still doing unserious darts. Putting an episode out later on this afternoon to preview the Premier League. We might not get around to talking about the Premier League because it's unserious darts, so we get sidetracked a little bit. But we'll try and mention it a little bit. Yeah.
Nice one. Cheers, Andy. All the
Cheers,
best.
Andy.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Andy Dawson now, darts podcaster. As we said, the game live. The game's live tonight. Premier League darts with Ian Danter, Paul Nicholson, Laura Turner from 7:00, and Sports Bar following on. Plenty going on in the world of football. Jermaine Cundy, Jermaine Pennant. Did I say Jermaine Cundy? Jason Cundy. Jermaine Cundy I quite like as a name. Has anybody seen Jermaine Cundy? It doesn't exist. Jason Cundy and Jermaine Pennant are your hosts. I'm going to talk about Scotland. Steve Clarke has got the gig for another 4 years. We'll be chatting about that. We'll look ahead to the Rugby League Challenge Cup weekend, and new book on the history of Argentinian football, very timely with the World Cup around the corner. Although, as we'll discover from Tim Vickery later on, when he joins us to talk South American football more broadly, they haven't announced their World Cup squad yet. They're getting close to it, so they haven't got down to the vital 26. Anyway, that's all to come in the second hour of the show. Plus more of your calls, emails, texts and tweets.
obviously, we've just seen Arsenal win the league for the first time, Gilberto, since you were in the side. How happy were you to see that?
Very happy. We were expecting this for such a long time, you know. It's a long way since when we won back in 2004. But they deserve, you know, the last few years has been very tough to them to become second and chasing the title. But in the end, you know, something happened, they lost. But I was very happy, you know, expecting this moment. And to be honest, I was glad they won it in advance before the last game because it would be a huge pressure. I think all of us are celebrating, you know, the moment, and they deserve it.
Gilberto, can you believe it's been such a long time? Because Arsenal are a big football club, and you look at it, you won it back in 2004, and there's been 22 years, and Arsenal haven't won it. Could you believe that it's been such a long time that they've not at least won one in that period?
Yeah, it is, Darren, a long, long time. I think a club like Arsenal, you know, is when you see the magnitude of the team and the club itself, I see how it's possible. But for me, you know, in my opinion, there are some reasons. After the title back in 2004, you know, the Arsenal started to change a little bit, you know, some transition in the team, but also in the club, because then the Emirates came. Yep. You know, all the financial situation became hard for us and the board to control the financial side, but also compete with the other teams, as Manchester United, then Chelsea, later on City spent a lot of money, and Arsenal could not do it. And slowly, Wenger started to replace my generation, let's say that, make the transition, which was quite normal. The players were here quite a long time. And the toughest thing after that, you know, after having Cesc Fabregas, Van Persie, and some other guys, eventually they left the club.
Yeah.
And he has to do it again. And it takes time to rebuild the team and be competitive again.
Guest former Scotland international Ross McCormack joining us for a chat. Shortly we'll have a birthday spread in the final hour, but Will Hobbs is here with the sports headlines.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van centre.
Thank you, Paul. Steve Clarke will be the Scotland boss until at least the next World Cup. He signed a new deal, having guided Scotland to back-to-back Euros qualification and their first World Cup since 1998. Meanwhile, despite giving Palace perhaps their best 2 years in history, Simon Jordan says the club should not bend over backwards to keep Ollie Glasner.
You cannot run a football club like Crystal Palace by giving a manager exactly what he wants, because, quite frankly, if it doesn't go the way that he wants it to go, you'll be left with a car crash and he'll be off somewhere else plying his trade with no consequence.
Anthony Gordon, meanwhile, is in Barcelona for his medical after a 5-year, £70 million deal has been agreed. The kickboxer, who nearly beat Alexander Usyk but for a controversial 11th round stoppage, has told White and Jordan he has plenty of fresh tricks for a rematch.
How are we going to nail it in the wood? We can do it with a hammer. We can do it with a sledgehammer, we can do it with the fist, whatever. We can do it with in different ways. So for the next one, you're going to be surprised again.
Yael Al-Sheikh says he wants to make it happen, but Ajit Kabayel, the WBC interim champion, feels he has to be next and says on the evidence of that fight, he would beat Usyk.
Usyk is a great boxer, you know, but, you know, you never, forget he's a 39-year-old. You know, he's not so explosion before 2-3 years. I see in his eyes I can beat him.
And 44-year-old Serena Williams looks set to return to the grass courts this summer. The 14-time Grand Slam doubles champion is hoping to play alongside world number 9 Victoria Mboko at Queen's, which begins on the 8th of June. Serena hasn't played in a tournament for 4 years.
talkSPORT News.
Plans to test thousands of men for prostate cancer has been rejected, and 8,000 homes and businesses are without water in Kent. Sinead has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. The season's changing, so get your car's shim pads and studs checked for spring with a free vehicle safety check. Book in centre or at quickfit.com today.
Dry, sunny and very warm for most. Hot in the southeast. A few showers across the south, some thundery.
Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. We have the 2 Challenge Cup finals, men and women's, at Wembley this weekend, the World of Rugby League. And one of the stars of women's rugby league, Amy Hardcastle, will join us for a chat from Saints. They play in the morning at Wembley. We'll be chatting to Maisie Adams as well, comedian and Leeds United fan. She's going to be playing in Soccer 8.
Good player, Paul.
I think the first time she ever played, you nearly kicked her out of it, didn't you?
Nearly broke her leg, yeah.
And
it was only a week before her wedding.
And nearly ruined her wedding.
She'd have been fine.
That's right. Well, the anniversary's coming up, isn't it? So we can wish her a happy anniversary. And Mark Orton's popping in. He's the author of From More to Messi, which is the history of the Argentine national football team and one of the favourites, of course, for this World Cup. Now, Scotland, of course, will be off to the World Cup. And they'll do it with a manager who knows he's going to be in place for the next 4 years.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
Yeah, a contract extension for Steve Clarke. Let's get the thoughts of a former Scotland frontman. Ross McCormack joins us. Hi, Ross.
Hello, Ross.
Afternoon, guys. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah, we're good. We were chatting to one of our team here, Derek, who works behind the scenes, and he was saying he'd give him a job for life.
Job for life.
Just stay as long as he likes. There is a lot of love for Steve. I mean, there's always an element of risk. There's that Capello thing of giving a manager an extension on the eve of a tournament, because, you hope it goes well for Scotland, but as it doesn't, maybe there could be some doubters, but it sounds like it's a lot of goodwill in Steve's case.
Yeah, listen, I think on the basis of what he's done so far, he came into the job, I think, June 2019, took over from Alex McLeish. The progression since then is incredible. To get to 2 Euros, albeit, when we've got there, we haven't performed to our best. To get to 2 Euros and then qualify for this World Cup, first one since France 98, has been nothing short of remarkable. I would just... Now, I'm not part of the SFA, but if I was in the SFA, I would maybe have held fire a little bit until after this tournament, because I feel as if they go and perform well, which I think they will do, then he totally deserves it. But if they go and perform the way they performed in the last 2 Euros and fall at the first hurdle, without landing a glove really, then, it's just a little bit same old, then maybe you could have looked to go in a new direction. But on the basis of what he's done, he's been fantastic.
What would constitute a good World Cup for Scotland, you think, Ross? I mean, Scotland are unlikely to win it. It would be some story. But what would you feel would be a good showing, looking at the quality of the squad that you're taking there?
Personally, for me, I think getting out the group. You've got the Haitians in the first game. That's a great chance to get 3 points. And then I don't think, in World Cups gone past, there's ever been an opportunity for smaller nations like probably ourselves and a few others to get out the group. I think 4 points will probably be enough to get you out the group stage. So I would see that as a step forward. And then listen, see if you do get out of the group. Scotland have got some match winners in their team, make no mistake about it. Your McTominays, your John McGinns, who's just won the Europa League. But they could go and pose a threat to anyone in a one-off game. So for me, success, I think, would just be getting out the group.
I think one thing Steve Clarke has done is really galvanised the group, hasn't he? That they really seem to enjoy playing football with each other, Ross.
Yeah, and I think that's probably backed up by some of the decisions of the players that have been called up. They haven't played so much this season, some of the boys that are in the squad. And you've got boys who have missed out, who've played a lot of games and played really well. But Steve's always been one to sort of show faith in people who have done them well in the past. And I think that's a huge part in terms of trying to build a sort of club mentality in an international squad.
We've got Andy Robertson on breakfast tomorrow. Laura Woods is returning alongside Ali McCoist tomorrow from 6. There's a lot of talk. We hear that he's edging closer to a move to Spurs. It's a move that I'm really excited about, Ross. I think it's just the kind of person that Tottenham need. They talk about levels, they talk about standards, and I think it's something that's been missing at Spurs. I think he'd be a great signing for them. What do you think?
Oh, 100%. He's nowhere near done. For me, he's still Liverpool's best left back. I would have kept him at Liverpool, but if Spurs can go and get that over the line, they're getting a top quality player, probably one of the best left backs in Europe over the last 10 years. and he's still fit as a fiddle. You know, he turns up every single camp for Scotland, plays every single game. He never misses games for Liverpool. So it's not like, you know, you're getting a little bit of experience, but you're having to sort of what you're losing with that experience is he's not there for games in terms of fitness wise. He'll be available for every single game, so that'll be a top signing.
I don't know if you've been on the station yet talking about this, but the Lawrence Shankland moved. I mean, you've played up front for Rangers. You know the pressure of it. What did you make of that, Ross?
Great signing. Best striker in Scotland by a country mile for me. He's the best striker in the Scotland squad as well. You know, I've spoke about it. Scotland aren't blessed that they're going to create 4 or 5 chances every game. So, you know, if you get 1 or 2 chances and one of them falls to Lawrence, for me, he would take that. So he's our best bet at the World Cup. Whether he plays or not, I'm not sure. But for Rangers, I think it's an unbelievable signing. To get him, he's probably in the best shape of his career. His form's unbelievable. And he's a leader as well. And he knows what the club means. You know, he's a boyhood Rangers fan. So I think for Rangers to get that over the line is exactly what they need.
And you do kind of sense that even if they'd won the league, Hearts, this would still be happening for some of the reasons you said, you know. I mean, the pulling power of his boyhood club might have been sort of
Tough
too
to say
great
no,
anyway,
isn't it?
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, if you take it down south and you think when Leicester won the Premier League, you know, their players were sort of picked apart, went to Canty, drinks. Drink. I could be doing with a drink of water.
I think you could do with a drink water. Yeah, got a bit dry. Yeah,
but their top performing players were sort of cherry picked.
Yeah.
That would be no different to even if Hearts won the league, because essentially if they win the league for 1 year, they cannot compete with the finances of Celtic and Rangers, and that's just the facts of the matter.
It does kind of hint at the fact it'll be hard to. I mean, look, with Tony Bloom's involvement and his, his the way he works and how good his clubs are at recruitment, there's always a chance they can maintain this. But losing players of that quality is a blow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a detriment for sure. He's their captain as well. He's their talisman. He's their leader. So you would think the thing with Tony Bloom in this Jamestown analytics is a lot of his signings he tends to get spot on. But Derek McInnes, the manager, actually played. You know, most of their starting 11 were already in the building before Jamestown and Tony Bloom came in. So you look at it and think, well, maybe it's going to take a little year or whatever for these players to get going. And Lawrence would have been a big part of that. You know. Making them feel welcome, getting them used to Scottish football, anything they need, he would probably try and help them. So I think that's going to be a massive, massive loss, even more than just what you see on the football pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you keep Derek McInnes there so he can win the league in the next 3 or 4 years. So when Steve Clarke is no longer the manager, Derek McInnes can
come in after the 30
He can come in
World
then.
Cup.
That's how it'll work out. Very nice.
Nice one, Ross. Good to talk to you. All the
Cheers,
best.
Ross.
Take care, guys.
It's Ross McCormack, former Rangers, Villa and Scotland striker. Now, today, talkSPORT announced it will broadcast live coverage of 6 highly anticipated MotoGP races throughout the summer of 2026, starting with the Italian MotoGP this Sunday. That's going to be live on talkSPORT too. We'll have commentary brought to you by TNT Sports, packed full of MotoGP experts and world champions. So join us this Sunday for the first of 6 races, starting at 1:50 p.m. on talkSPORT 2, as we bring you all of the MotoGP action. Still to come, author of the new book, From More to Messi, a history of the Argentine national football team. Very timely, of course, with their squad soon to be announced, but not yet. Mark Orton will be here to tell us more about his book. We're here with Tool Station. Only got time for one stop. First stop, Tool Station.
David is an Arsenal fan. He's written the next big Arsenal song to rival North London forever. Good morning, David. How are you?
Good morning, David. Let's talk about the right side of North London now, people. Championes, championes.
Tell us about this song that you've written. Can you give us a blast on air?
Oh, I'd love to. So it's called "We're Going All the Way" by my artist named Gonna Sing. So if you're finding out, have a listen, blast out, and there's a little bit of an intro with a bit of commentary from the end of the Atletico Madrid Arsenal game, and then it goes into it like this. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Unfortunately, we're ready.
Okay, here we go. We're going all the way. The champions of England say Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Rewriting history, unbeaten every game we played. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Mikel Arteta is our man. The Gunners going on for victory. North London is redder than ever. We're making history.
Oh.
You'll see, but we're going all the way. The champions of England say Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And there you go. You get the drift?
David.
When are you on top of the pops, mate? Deary me.
Listen, catchy, isn't it? Catchy.
Not one bit, mate.
I quite like that, David.
Terrible.
Listen, you're going to have to do more than that to get Gabby on.
Terrible, David.
You'll be singing it in your sleep in no time.
Do me one favour, David. Never sing that again, please. Thank you, mate.
David.
Singing it every day, all night long.
Yeah, don't let the anti-Arsenal stop you, David. Thank you very much for your call.
I'm going for a break.
Bye-bye. It's
Bye-bye.
going to be
I've got a
okay.
headache
You're
now.
going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just hang tight.
Racket.
Get ready to get the ultimate football fan winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. Because this summer, you and a mate could be jetting off to watch England versus Croatia live at the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Dallas, including tickets, flights, accommodation and more, courtesy of Adidas. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could be soaking up the incredible atmosphere at the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the chance to win every football fan's trip of a lifetime, enter now at talksport.com/win. Get ready to get the ultimate football fan winning feeling with talkSPORT Win.
Now listen up, we are into the final week, and this Monday someone is winning the trip of a lifetime with the 2026 FIFA World Cup just around the corner. talkSPORT and Adidas, the tournament's official match ball supplier, are sending you and a mate to Dallas, Texas. You could be at England's first game against Croatia on June 17 with return flights, accommodation, spending money, tickets and the official Adidas match ball, the Trionder, all thrown in. So get ready to get that winning feeling. Here's how you enter.
Yeah, for your chance to win, head to talksportwin.com or text WIN to 83338. Text and online entries cost £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 418 7260. Entries must be in by 4 p.m. Monday, and that's when you'll need to answer your phone. If it rings, 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a talkSPORT promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
Now, Argentina are among the favourites at this World Cup. Lionel Scaloni has not announced his squad yet, his final 26. He says he's going to leave at the very last minute. I think Tim Vickery is going to tell us more about that later on. But there'll be a lot of eyes on them. And Mark Orton, the author, has joined us in the studio. He has written From More to Messi, a history of the Argentine national football team, 1902-2026. Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon.
When I first saw that, I thought, is that Bobby Moore? Of course it isn't. It's probably who is the Moore in question?
Juan Jose Moore, played in the first international in 1902 for Argentina. Who's representative of the heavy British origins of football in Argentina.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. It was the kind of British who took the sport to Argentina. But when you actually go there, I mean, I think even if you don't go there, you sense that from a cultural point of view, it is so much more in the game. It's so much part of their psyche in Argentina, especially the national team.
Absolutely. It's an integral part of their national identity. And you go anywhere in the world, Africa, Asia, first thing you say, Argentina, Maradona, Messi.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conveyor belt of players, you touch on it in the book, the conveyor belt of players is absolutely sensational, isn't it? Aguero, and Maradona. We're talking the greatest players in the world. Why do you think that is?
I think there's a long tradition, say going back even before, like Maradona, going back in the 1940s, you had Jose Manuel Moreno, sorry.
Yeah.
He's not that well known in Europe, and obviously later you had like Alfredo Di Stefano, who made such a massive impact at Real Madrid, and I think but it all stems from the historical thing stems from the game developed on the rough patches in the
streets,
Potrero, where sort of individual skills prized
very highly. Yeah, sure.
On the inside cover, you've got the infamous moments from the England-Argentina World Cup '66 match where, Sir Alf Ramsey, the England manager, wouldn't let the England players swap shirts with the Argentinians. And as a kid, that was my image of, it was like dirty Argentina. And I didn't really know. I mean, because like you said, Di Stefano, and Argentina had a couple of years where they didn't play in the World Cup. They didn't play in 1950 because they fell out with Brazil. There was other political reasons why they didn't play in '54, which meant Di Stefano, like you said, one of the greatest players of all time, never even got to play in a World Cup even for Spain, did he?
No.
So that was always my read of, and really probably until Maradona starts to sort of come onto the scene. I mean, he is such an important figure in Argentinian football, isn't he?
Absolutely. I think the sort of main selling point was when Luis Minotti takes over the team.
Yeah.
After the '74 World Cup, and then reintroduces the idea of La Nuestra and the traditional style of play, which helped Argentina win the World Cup in '78.
Yeah.
So didn't entirely get rid of the nastiness of the '60s, but certainly reinvented everyone's idea of how Argentina play football.
So the whole country will be on tenterhooks because they'll be waiting for this squad. And I take it, I mean, we saw the Brazil announcement. I take this will be a really big deal on Argentinian TV when they announce the squad.
I think so, but I don't think there's going to be too many surprises.
If he leaves Messi out, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen, is it?
Tell us about in '78. There's a great story in the book about the fishing trip when they qualified for the '78 World Cup.
So they reached the final by beating Peru 6-0, and they based actually in Rosario for that game. And so before they head back to Buenos Aires for the final, some of the players go on a fishing trip in the middle of the night in the local river Parana.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
sounds dangerous.
Yeah. Not just that, but you think June World Cup's normally sunny, but in South America it's the winter,
right?
And they're all freezing cold, going out into the river. But they bring this massive haul of fish back for the team dinner next day.
Imagine that. Imagine missing the game with a piranha bite. Yeah, it's touch and go.
At least they didn't go fishing in the river.
He's lost an arm.
At least they didn't go swimming, sorry.
And for a goalkeeper, that's a disaster.
How'd you get into this, Mark, yourself? I don't sense South American heritage in yourself.
No. I mean, I've always been interested in international football. Even as a young teenager, subscribed to World Soccer. And
but you lived in Argentina for a while, didn't you?
I did later on as part of my undergraduate degree, the Latin American Studies. But the first time I went was in 2001, just for holiday.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously, being a massive football fan, went to a few games, including an Argentine game against Venezuela, and literally just got hooked from there.
Yeah.
And do you think how do you see their chances in this one with the squad that he's likely to announce?
I don't think it's as heavy favourites as they were last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say certainly Messi won't be as influential, but there are other players now who are taking that step forward. So in the qualifiers, they thrashed Brazil.
Yeah.
They did so without Messi, so I don't think they were all one-man show anymore.
They'll miss Di Maria, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, we wish you well with the book, Mark.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for joining us.
fantastic,
It's called
Mark.
From
Thank you.
More to Messi, a history of the Argentine national football team, 1902 to 2026. It's published by Pitch, and it is out now in hardback. And as we said, Tim Vickery will join us a little bit later on. There's quite a key injury potentially in the Brazilian squad. We'll get more on that a little bit later on with Tim Vickery. And we'll have a birthday spread for you too. But we'll get some news headlines next.
Joey is on the line now. Joey, you're an Arsenal fan. Good morning. How's things?
Good morning, Joe.
Morning, and no good morning to you, Gabi Abonlaho. You've been doing my head in since Saturday, the 17th of August 2013, and that was the season I got my season ticket. You came into that game, you mesmerized our defense. We lost 3-1. I got home and my wife asked me, "Oh wow, Gabi Abonlaho has done this to you." And every time I have a bad day out there and I get home, the first thing my wife asked me is Gabi be doing your head in? Gabi, you're doing my head in, and
I don't mean...
You've turned yourself to become the big ambassador of anti-Arsenal. Like, you just go after Arsenal. You go after Arsenal every single day. Gabi, for goodness sake. This morning we're talking about Gordon. You win all the British press, try bringing the British players. And then, in the same minute, you're saying you don't want Arsenal to win the Champions League. Gabi, that is a conflict of contradiction. You have an apparent bias against Arsenal. And you've been doing my head in since 2013, Gabi.
Joe,
for goodness
listen.
sake, let me have a break.
I don't want you to have a bad day because of me. I want you to enjoy your day. The weather's good. I want you to be happy, Joe.
Joe, that was brilliant. That was some rant. I really enjoyed that. Keep them coming in. 03717 2233.
I don't mean to do that to Joe.
Yeah, no.
I don't like
you're
that he's
right.
having bad days.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I want to have a very good day listening to us on the radio.
Yeah. And you know what? If you don't like it, there's a button in your car, and you just turn that off.
Yeah, but listen, everything that Joey says there. Listen, I want him to have a very good day.
Yeah.
I want him to have listen to talkSPORT and be happy, but.
Steve Clarke has extended his Scotland contract to the end of the 2030 World Cup. Over the last 7 years, Clarke has led the Tartan Army to 3 major tournaments, including their first World Cup since 1998. Elsewhere, Oliver Glasner is riding off into the sunset after winning the Conference League, and another former Palace boss, Alan Pardew, is urging the club to now hang on to Adam Wharton.
Very much a key player in terms of opening the door for a team. And in the Premier League, they're very, very rare.
We're told Barcelona wants Anthony Gordon because he can play up front as well as out wide. Our chief football correspondent is Alex Crook.
What does it mean for Marcus Rashford? That's the big question because, of course, he's been on loan. I think Barcelona probably
would prefer to loan him for another year.
We've heard Barca have agreed a £70 million deal with Newcastle for Gordon. The Catalans are also chasing Julian Alvarez, but Atletico Madrid want at least 90 million quid. And the man who's correctly predicted every World Cup winner since 2014 says it's finally time for the Dutch to break their duck.
The benefit that a team like the Netherlands has is they've got high quality and informed players across the entire pitch. There isn't a single weakness.
German economist Joachim Clement has got England reaching the semis. Plenty more at talksport.com.
As we just saying, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent live from Soccer Aid training today from 4 p.m. They'll be catching up with Wayne Rooney, Jermaine Defoe, Jill Scott, Jack Wilshere.
Why does Benty never play in that game, Paul?
I think has he got a bit of a dodgy knee
No,
from
he's
his
still
playing
got it,
days?
Ben.
Well, he still runs around, plays a lot of paddle, doesn't he?
I will say in soccer, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
Does it, you know?
Sound like you're
He's got a
dissing some of the
slightly
people that are playing.
dodgy knee, you know.
They face a world 11 that includes superstar names such as Dimitar Berbatov, Leonardo Bonucci, Jordi Alba. And you can listen live on Talks Soccer Aid this Sunday from 6 p.m. Don't miss Drive Today from 4. Joining us now, breaking off from training to chat to us, is comedian and Leeds fan. I believe this is her 4th Soccer Aid, although you tried to kick her out at one.
I didn't try. It was a pure accident.
Yeah, right. Maisie Adam joins us. Hi, Maisie.
I'm her biggest fan.
It was not an accident, I'll tell you that now.
I'm her biggest. I'm
Never seen a tackle like it.
Been putting goals since.
That's right. Yeah, just a liability, aren't you, from the insurance point of view? Oh dear. So you're back. You're back for number 4, Maisie. You obviously love it.
Yeah, I mean it's just incredible. Like I'm chatting to you now on the practice pitch, and there's just literally what I can see right now is Tom Hiddleston, Jill Scott, Joe Marler chatting with Danny Dyer and Tom Grennan and oh my God, Nikolai Coster-Waldau's here, you know, from Game of Thrones.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. He's taller in real life.
Wow, you're going to play him up front, just lump it into the box.
Yeah. Oh, don't you will have to tell me twice. I will.
Do you still play, Maisie? Because you are good. You're good. You're always good when you turn out for Chicken City. You're always put in a shift when you turn out for Soccer Aid. Are you still play? But you are also hugely successful as a comedian. So are you still playing on a weekend still?
This sounds like the kind of thing somebody who owes an apology would be coming out with all this kissing up to. Oh, you're amazing, Maisie. You're so good at football. You're so good at comedy.
I've apologised enough, and I'm soon going to withdraw the apology and do it again next year.
Oh, Baker, listen, you know, right? No, I play as much as I can, and I play as enthusiastically as I can. That's what I'll bring to a game, as you've seen the many times we've met match to match. And it's impossible not to feel so enthusiastic and so excited when you're surrounded by literally heroes that you grew up watching. It's amazing. It really is.
Do you get a chance to have a chat with some of the opposition during? I'm just wondering, you're waiting for Richard Gadd's playing this year. So you're marking him, Maisie, from a corner. And it must be a temptation to say, yeah, love Baby Reindeer.
Yeah.
Would it be a bit weird to do that?
Oh, my God. Do you know, it's mad. Do you know, if you want a story about marking somebody, I remember a couple of years ago, we were in a wall as there was a free kick about to be taken towards us, and I was marking Jack Wilshere, right? And as we're assembling into the wall, he dropped the most outrageous fart. You could have cut it with a knife.
Wow.
Right? It was absolutely illegal. And I said, "Was that you, Jack?" And he went, "Works every time. It just sort of makes everyone disperse in the wall." And do you know what? It worked a treat. It did.
Wow.
I ran a mile.
The fact he can do that on demand is a skill that maybe that's something Andy and Benting can bring up with him a little bit later on.
Yeah, what a story.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, did they learn that in training? Was that part of sort of Sven-Göran Eriksson's campaign? I don't know.
Maybe Arsene Wenger taught them how to do it. Maybe it was that sort of,
Arsene by name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When you play with the pros or the ex-pros, Maisie, they're so good, aren't they? They're so good at football. Even if they're like 10 years retired or 15 years retired, they just know where to stand, what to do, the movement. They're amazing.
This is it. Well, you know, Bakes, when we played in that charity game a couple of weekends ago for the Taskmaster one at Chesham, they've got a couple of pros there, and they're former pros at Chesham. Whereas, like, the pros, and that was hard work. It was humbling, wasn't it? They just made us look quite naff, really. And then you come here and you're going up against people who have lifted the best trophies in the world, and it's it's momentary humbling, and then you remember that it's all for a good cause, and it's absolutely fine to be nutmegged if it's for charity. It's absolutely fine.
You told us in the past you were surprised to get started for a game. Do you know whether you're going to start this time, Maisie? When do they let you know?
Well, no, I think the year I got started was my first soccer raid, and that was the year I got married the day before. And Pochettino was the manager, and he said, as a wedding present, I'm going to start you. And I'll be honest with you guys, it did not feel like a wedding present. It felt like a punishment for staying up till 3 a.m. So I'm quite... And also, I don't know if you know this, but Jill Scott and I, we're presenting the Women's FA Cup on Sunday, which kicks off at 3 at Wembley. And then we've got to scoot over to the West Ham Stadium, to the London Stadium, for kick-off at 6:30. So I doubt we'll make the starting 11. And, of course, that is the only reason why I wouldn't be starting. It's nothing to do with my lack of skills on the pitch.
And your podcast with Susie Ruffle goes from strength to strength. Maisie, I think award-winning
really
podcast,
fun.
Big Kick Energy.
Yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits with that. We're absolutely loving it. It's been an incredible season in the women's game as well. Just phenomenal. And Bunny Shaw getting that record-breaking fee to stay at Man City.
Yeah.
It's just all a massive indication of the growth of the game. It's really special.
Yeah. And quick on Leeds, probably a bit of trepidation around sort of October, November, but things picked up and a good season overall.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm quite a fan of Farke, and I think as long as we keep Calvert-Lewin fit and we make some good purchases in the summer, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I had Leeds to go down at one point, Maisie, and I didn't want to say that to you, but I think you'll be fine.
Well,
next.
you would.
I've already relegated Hull, Ipswich, and Coventry already.
Yeah, today.
Today.
And
how's that going for you? Yeah.
And he said Palace are in trouble next season as well, so he's making a lot of friends. Although, is this right in the game the other week?
Mystic Meg over here.
Yeah, you scored against him. Do you want to talk us through the goal you scored against him?
And that made an absolute howler.
Oh well, since you ask, yeah, the ball came into the box and Baker tried to get a hand to it, but immediately it dropped behind him, and of course I was there, as is my duty, to slot it in. And the main thing is that we kept it really respectful between Charlie and I. We've got this long heated rivalry, not like that, that's been building over the last couple of years. And no, it was really lovely. I think the way I celebrated, which was running into his face. I think.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Got in your face.
Taking her top off and swinging it around her head, that's normally the way
yes,
it
and
goes.
that, yeah.
I mean, I find playing in front of 4,000 people at that nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you in front of on Sunday? Must be sort of 50,000 people, is it? Is there a difference? Can you feel a difference?
Yeah, do you know what? It is. You are bricking it. It is absolutely terrifying, and it's such a different level of noise to anything you're used to.
Yeah.
It's really scary, but it is just so special to remember that it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity for so many people. It feels. How many people can say that they've been playing on a professional pitch with players that they grew up watching and celebrities that they admire? So it's really like that's kind of. That overrides the feeling of nerves, I think. It's just so special, you know.
And you're touring this year, Maisie, as well, aren't you?
I'm touring. I'm going on tour in September. Blooming everywhere. So yeah, get your tickets.
Yeah. Well, come and see us in the studio when you're in London. We'll have a further
I will do,
chat.
lads.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maisie.
Enjoy it, Maisie. All the best. Thanks.
Good luck.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. See you soon. Bye.
That's Maisie Adam there, part of Soccer Aid. As we said, 4 o'clock this afternoon, you'll be in from a lot of the players and stars involved in Soccer Aid. It's going to be live on talkSPORT Sunday from 6 p.m. from the London Stadium. As we said, the boys on drive, Andy and Benty, speak to the stars today from
Jack Wilshere's farts.
What about? I never.
Did we do that on the text up 1089? You dropped one in the box.
You think? Yeah, you want to do that?
The worst fart in a dressing room clearer, changing room clearer.
Well, do you want? Okay, if you want to go down.
Let's see what happens.
I mean, unless someone's a real wordsmith.
Producer's shaking his head.
Yeah, I'm.
I mean, it's 2 stories, isn't it? And then I dropped one.
Yeah, and then unless they're real wordsmiths, you're not really going to get a sense of
Alan Bennett
like.
on line 1.
Yeah.
Well,
Jack Wilson turned to me. Have we had any emails or texts? Because I did mention earlier on the bad. Maybe I'll tell you what. You have a little trawl through those.
Yeah.
And we'll return shortly, and you can tell us if there's anything there that has taken your fancy.
Fart footballers.
We don't want them. We don't want them. We're going to talk about rugby.
Joe Fart.
I said, Joe. You're like a 5-year-old. You can't stop saying it, can you? We're going to talk Rugby League Challenge Cup weekend and grow up, Charlie.
Matt's texted in Van der Fart.
That's
quick
enough.
Off the mark.
That's enough. Somebody has to be the adult in the room. We are interested off the back of this poll that said 1 in 50 men did get onto their phone to see how their football team were doing while their partners were giving birth. 1 in 50. So looking back, it didn't seem a great idea to look at my phone.
They're the ones who were caught 1 in 50.
Yeah, we want some of those from you. And the algorithm, the ASOS algorithm earlier on decided to email me saying, watching the game this weekend, why not buy an Arsenal shirt? Well, I'll tell you why. So sometimes the algorithm lets them down. So talksport.com, text 1889, tweet TSH and J 03717 2233 44. We'll be giving you a birthday spread a little bit later on. And Tim Vickery brings us the big stories from South America. And an injury. Race against time. We're one of the big names in the Brazil camp. Tim will tell us more later.
Piers Morgan has pushed back at fans who claimed that he shouldn't have been on the pitch at Palace on Sunday celebrating the title win with the players. Morgan and his sons Bertie, Stanley and Spencer were all on the pitch alongside fellow celebrity Gunners, actor Jake Wood and comedian Jack Whitehall. But critics highlighted hypocrisy from the likes of Morgan, who had previously gone for Mikel Arteta, calling for him to be sacked in 2022, to now share photos with the manager and the players on the pitch. Morgan, for his part, pointed out that he paid 4 750 quid hospitality tickets for his family to be at Selhurst Park before he was invited on the pitch to be a big part of the whole thing. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see exactly what I mean. Is there anything wrong, Simon? Anything wrong, Danny, with celebrity fans getting celebrity privileges?
I have mixed emotions about it. I mean, you could make the same argument for Noel sitting up on a stage holding one of the trophies that was celebrating Pep Guardiola's 20 trophies.
But that was a special event.
And so
he played a part in it. He was doing some interviews.
And so to some extent, it was a special event on Sunday. I'm not a great fan of it. But I was a miserable old sod when I was there. I wouldn't, when Ronnie Corbett once asked me for some tickets, I said, "Have you got a season ticket?" We were playing Liverpool in the cup semi-final, your lot. And he said, "Can I have a ticket?" I said, "Have you bought a season ticket?" Rather than just be generous to spirit and go, well, celebrity fans are part of it. They raised the profile to some extent because we had Bill Nighy, we had Joe Brand, we had Bill Wyman, who the players never even heard of. Clinton Morrison didn't even know who the Rolling Stones were. I don't know. There's a part of me that goes, no. And there's another part of me that thinks, oh, so what? In the great scheme of things, do we really care that much? I mean, are they taking... Did Piers Morgan take anything away from anybody else? He paid 750 quid a ticket to go there.
Ready to get the ultimate football fan winning feeling with talkSPORT Win, because this summer you and a mate could be jetting off to watch England versus Croatia live at the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Dallas, including tickets, flights, accommodation and more, courtesy of Adidas. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could be soaking up the incredible atmosphere at the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the chance to win every football fan's trip of a lifetime, enter now at talksport.com/win.
Afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. We've had a shock, Roland Garros, haven't we, in the world of tennis?
Yannick Sinner, world number one, hot favourite because Carlos Alcaraz is not playing in this tournament or at Wimbledon. But Yannick Sinner has just crashed out 3-2. He's got cramp, Paul. He cramps up in the heat. Often happens to him.
Trainer on in the third set.
Sometimes he gets through it, but he's not got through it, and he's out.
Yeah, big
Round
story.
two.
Big story. In the
opens it right for Djokovic now, because Djokovic is trying to win the most Grand Slam events ever. And he's always fallen short, especially with Alcaraz and Sinner playing so well. Both not in it.
This could be the moment.
It up for him.
Anyway, now it's time for this.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus BWO.org.
Yes, time to talk racing now. Ryan McHugh from Paddy Power joins us with all the latest news and odds. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, lads. Hope you're both keeping well.
We're not so bad. What do you fancy racing-wise this weekend, Ryan?
Yeah, 9 races on ITV this Saturday across 3 tracks, lads. We'll start with the Hillary Needler 2-year-old race at Beverley. That goes opposed to 2:15 on Saturday. £220,000 breeze-up purchase Cosmic Mystery is favoured here to make a winning debut against more experienced rivals. The fact she lines up in this first time out tells us that she's been working really well at home, I'd imagine. There doesn't look to be a standout among those who have form in the race, so a winning debut might come her way, potentially on the way to heading to Royal Ascot, which starts next month. Sticking with the 2-year-olds at Beverley, the 2:48 for the Colts this time looks an interesting race. Matteo impressed over course and distance last month, and the form was franked from his win with a second winning since. It is a tricky race with 5 previous winners, not a lot of form to go on, but I do like Matteo's chances in that to follow up his course and distance debut win, as I mentioned. Over to Carlisle, the listed Achilles Stakes was moved from the abandoned Haydock Park due to ground issues. to Carlisle and takes place at 2:33 on Saturday. Although Azure Angel needs to step up on what we've seen of her so far, she comes into this off the back of a career best effort at bat when winning last time. So at 14-1, she might be of interest to some punters. They also host a Group 3 at Carlisle for fillies at 3:10. It's good to see the grey mare Estrange back in action. We last saw her when she was finished runner-up at the Champion Filly and Mare Stakes at Ascot last October. So she brings the class to the race. She is clear best on ratings, but at a short price of 10-11, I'd maybe take her on with it being her first run of the season on a stiff track. And Warda, the bottom horse on the card, was a Group 2 winner last season. Very lightly raced for trainer Owen Burrows, having only had the 6 starts, is a 4-year-old now. So there should be more to come from her at around 9-2. But I'm sure we'll see plenty of Royal Ascot Clues, lads, this weekend, heading into the Royal Meeting, which starts next month.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ryan. All the best.
Right. Cheers, lads.
Ryan McHugh there from Paddy Power. If you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy's from the Horse's Mouth podcast is available every week, and you can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, time to talk rugby league, as always on Thursday, but we move away from Super League because it's Challenge Cup final weekend at Wembley, where fans of rugby league descend on Wembley for a big day out. There's 2 games to be played. At 3, it will be the men, Hull KR versus Wigan Warriors. Before that, though, at 11:45, it's the Women's Challenge Cup final. It's a repeat of last year. Saints Wigan. And joining us now, the St Helens Centre, Amy Hardcastle. Hi, Amy.
Hello, Amy.
Good afternoon.
You're out for revenge, aren't you? Yeah, they beat you last year. I mean, there'd been, was it 4 in a row before that for Saints?
Yeah, Saints have had a lot of success. I've been part of 2 of them, and I think last year probably needed to happen because there needs to be a change up now and again because people like that. But revenge. Maybe, but we've got to stick to what we need to do.
Yeah. You get a decent turnout, although the game is earlier, and obviously the place packs out at 3 for the men's game. Obviously, the fans of the 2 clubs turn out in numbers, and you do get a lot of people turn up and have a drink and watch the women's final. It's a good atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, and it showcases the women's game, and having that opportunity to be on the BBC and on that big stage is great for the game, and obviously the ones that are coming up through the game, getting to see that. And I just think it's fantastic. Obviously, Wigan will be carrying their fans with them for the women and the men. So, we'll feed off that and it'll be good.
Yeah. You, alongside playing for Saints, you used to play for Bradford Bulls, and you've got a role there as well, haven't you? Sort of developing the game. You've probably noticed in all your years playing that participation's up, interest is up. You kind of feel it's all heading in the right direction in women's rugby league?
Yeah, I believe so. And I think what we've got to keep doing at clubs is actually, buying into that, not just ticking a box, but actually wanting to make the girls and the women's game, valuable and great for that next generation. And, my role at Bradford is very much in the back scene because I am still playing, but it's that guidance and that voice and, inspiring the others to, be where they want to be. It's nice that I can do that, and that Bradford have offered me that role there.
You've had a hell of a career, Amy. What was your journey into playing originally?
Well, I was actually a footballer, but I was too aggressive, so I actually found rugby league later on in my life, nearly 18, at Siddle in Halifax, and it just went from there, really. 6 months, I got picked up for England, and I never looked back, and very grateful because it probably got me out of trouble. I was probably going down a path that actually I need to go this way. So grateful for the opportunities. It's given me so much purpose. I've travelled the world. I've met some incredible people, and I never thought a girl like me would end up having the career that I have, and I just hope others can see that it doesn't matter the background that you come from. Anything is possible as long as you get your head down and you believe in your ability.
Yeah. Did you have a chance as a footballer, would you say, Amy? Was you kind of heading into sort of academies and stuff?
No, I was very box average, I'm not going to lie. But no, I found my passion, and I realised that the ball in my hands was better than
Someone's
my
neck.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got a daughter now. You would you point her towards rugby league when she gets a bit older, perhaps?
She actually does play rugby.
Oh, great.
So she's 16 this year. She's at Dewsbury Moor. She's currently been in the York 2P2 setup, but it's quite difficult because training nights are the same, and she's very committed to her club, and it's a very tough league, and she's had to make a sacrifice of stepping back from that so she can give her team her support and be there. So I'd like to think she'd be better than me. She started a lot younger, so we will see at that.
That's the difference, isn't it? I mean, in women's football's become a professional game at the top level. The men are obviously paid. It's been a professional game for a long time, rugby league, but it's more difficult for the women. You had a job in the front line on the NHS. I don't know if you still are involved in that, but you have to have a real job. You've got to balance everything up, haven't you, with the sport you play?
Yeah, there's been a massive shift, I would say, in the past 5 years with the support that we've got. And, I've been on that journey where we played on parks and we had to clean the parks up before we even played. And now we're getting supported by clubs. We're getting, expenses for travelling, and, we're even getting participation money to support. And it has come a long way. And unfortunately, we still have to work. I'm not in the NHS no more. I actually work in a high school, supporting in behaviour. And, a lot of the girls work full-time or they're in education. But I think even though we'd probably like to be full-time, I think it also supports us in that transition when people do retire, that they have got something to fall back on. So it's like your hobby and you're getting paid for it, as I would see it. So it's a bonus, but the girls coming through, they've got something to maybe aspire to a little bit more, and there's academies out there where you can be at college and become a rugby player. So there's things developing. It's really good.
Good stuff. It's going to be hot out there, but enjoy it. Hope it goes well. Hope you win, and thanks for joining us, Amy. All the best.
Thank you.
That's Amy Hardcastle, the St Helens Centre. They take on Wigan Warriors women tomorrow. That's the 11:45 start, and then it's Hull KR Wigan in the men's game at 3. Everybody going along. Sadly, I can't make it this year. I'm absolutely gutted. But it should be a cracker. It's a really... If you've never been before, you're in for a treat. It's a brilliant day out. And enjoy. It's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Talking to women's sport, Rusha Littlejohn going to join us for a chat. She has just left Palace. She watched it all taking shape, this little Conference League run. So we're going to be chatting to her. Tim Vickery is going to join us. As we said, there's a pretty high-profile injury, bit of touch and go in the Brazilian camp. Tim will tell us more about that, as well as the latest week. A conversation on this show last week kind of kicked off all the mayhem of... It was Tim Vickery.
You got him back.
Well, it was Tim who told us at this point that he decided to stay and watch Belgrano play, and the next thing we knew was bad PR. He was jumping on a plane to come back and make sure he was there on the Sunday. So we'll get more fallout from Tim on that conversation, and we'll have a birthday spread. That's all to come.
Let's get back to some calls. Go to Darren. He's a Spurs fan. All right, Daz?
All right, Daz.
Hi.
How are you, Daz?
Relieved. I'm not celebrating like some of the fans that have come on from Spurs. I think they're ridiculous. The only thing I did when the whistle went, I turned to my mates who I go with every time, and we said we're relieved, and we walked out the stadium because we just had enough. And the way fans are behaving, and calling out Chelsea, that's ridiculous. We finished 17th. They
finished 10th. Yeah, they won nothing.
Hang on a minute.
They won nothing, though.
So did we.
Yeah, exactly.
We won nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, but we're a disgrace, and so are they.
Yeah, but we are more of a disgrace. And the way Tottenham fans are behaving is ridiculous.
I agree with him.
Well, you will agree with him.
No, you're speaking. He's the first one that's phoned up talking any sense.
Dazza, right? It's a shocking season, but it's over. It's over. Season's over. We're up.
Cheer
up. It's embarrassment. What do you think people like Glenn Hoddle look when they look at that side?
I know. Well, they got to sort it out, haven't they?
Legends of the club.
Well, they got to sort it out, though, Daz, haven't they? Got to start again.
Yeah, they've got to sort it out, but there's no good when fans are turning around like we've won a cup. It's ridiculous.
The stayed-up trophy.
Good trophy, that, though, Daz.
The inaugural. Well done.
Mate, it's good trophy, that. Staying up
Yeah,
cup.
it should be a toilet bowl. It should be a toilet bowl because that's what it was. It was toilet. It was. They should have stayed in the toilet where most of those players came from.
Holding up a toilet. Silver toilet.
That's a good trophy, that.
Holding that up.
I want to get a picture of that.
Yeah. Someone will AI that.
Staying up trophy.
Someone will AI that and send it to us, mate.
Yeah. It's unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, Daz, enjoy it, mate. It's up. It's over. We can all relax now. Got the World Cup coming up.
He's the only one under a rock.
Just relax.
The only one. The only one that's got any. Only one that's got anything about him. Only Spurs fan today.
Birthday spread coming up a little bit later on. Stick around for that. But Will Hobbs is here with the sports headlines.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan van range. Scoring a winning hat-trick of performance, payload and price. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Cheers, Paul. The French Open. Yannick Sinner's bid for a career Grand Slam is over in the second round. He was beaten. He was 4 points from victory, serving for the match against Juan Manuel Sorondolo. But the world number one succumbed to the heat, cramped up and suffered a first defeat in 31 matches. Elsewhere, Steve Clarke has signed a new contract to remain as Scotland head coach until the next World Cup. He's taken them to back-to-back Euros, as well as this summer's tournament, where they'll compete at the World Cup for the first time in 28 years. Clarke says he's honoured to extend his time in the job, saying stability is the key to success in football. Meanwhile, Simon Jordan says Steve Parish is right not to bend over backwards to satisfy whatever Ollie Glasner demands in order to keep him. When it comes to last season's clerical error that denied Palace Europa League football, Simon says it's arguably worked out perfectly.
The fact that they've gone into the European Conference League and has won it, and then given himself another season in the European landscape, it's actually probably better for Palace.
In an excellent interview, the kickboxer who nearly beat Usyk, Rico Verhoeven, has told White and Jordan how much he'd back himself against any other heavyweight.
100%. Do you think you would beat Tyson Fury?
100%. That's why I'm here.
Would you beat Joshua?
Of course. I was so close to beating Usyk, and they all got beaten twice by that guy.
Would you beat Moses Atoma?
I haven't seen him on the highest level.
Spencer Oliver says WBC interim champ Ajit Kabayel should be next.
Off the back of that performance, Kabayel 100% beats Usyk off that. If that Usyk turns up in their next fight, Kabayel wins.
And Mark Hughes has left Carlisle United by mutual agreement after they fell short of promotion to the National League. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Mass screening for prostate cancer has been ruled out and the scale of youth unemployment has been described as a moral crisis. Sinead has got more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 400 EV-ready centres across the UK, we're top of the league for electric car owners. Visit quickfit.com and book today.
Cloud will increase over parts of England and Wales, bringing a few showers later, possibly thundery, widely very warm, feeling hot in the southeast.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Birthday spread is back a little bit later on in the show. Tim Vickery's going to join us. He said there's a bit of an injury scare in the Brazil camp. We'll find out why Scaloni is leaving it to the very last minute to announce his Argentina squad, and we'll find out a little bit more about Ederson, looking like he's destined for Manchester United, but he didn't make the Brazil squad. So anyway, more on that. And if you've got any questions for Tim, we're always happy to try and put them to him if we can. So, been linked to South American players you want to know a bit more about, we'll try and squeeze them in. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. Now, Crystal Palace outgoing boss, Oliver Glasner, spoke to the media after they won the Conference League last night. He was asked if he could be persuaded to stay at the club.
No, I remember you asked me once, it was at the academy, that when the fans prepared a banner, when we were struggling a little bit, and it's the same. It's I see myself as a servant for the players, as a servant for the club, and then somebody who gives the direction. Have to say thank you to the players. I have to say thank you to the supporters, because it's the same. It's also another incredible day for me and for my family, sharing these moments with my family here at Leipzig again. It's just a fantastic day. So I have to say thank you to the players, because they have to do all the job.
Yeah, what a way to go out, you know.
Yeah.
In some ways, it must be great, you know, just sort of leaving the stage at that point where, you know what football's like. They made a bad start of the season, so in 3 months' time, it's Glasner out. I'm not saying it would be, but it can be. That's the nature of it.
I'm genuinely surprised he's still there for the end of the season after what he said, but they've kept him there. They've kept him
it's
in.
good. Well, it's good from Steve Parish. It's good that he's kept the players on side. Anyway,
with no obvious replacement, Paul, though, unless there is secretly behind the scenes.
Being in the Europa League won't hurt, will it? Rusha Littlejohn was at Palace until fairly recently, playing in their midfield. She does a Kickback podcast with Shaban Hearn, her sister, of course.
Yeah.
And she joins us now. Hi, Rusha.
Hi, Rusha.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, very well,
we're
thank
good.
you.
So you were in and around the club while this was all happening. I mean, it's a great thing from his point of view, and really the whole thing reflects well on the club, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's been a crazy start to the season. It did not go as planned. And like you've just touched on, people were maybe wanting him out. But I actually think Glasner's irreplaceable, and I'm not sure how Steve Parish will replace him and what he's done, what he's had to work with. It's been a turbulent season, losing some massive players, and I can see Glasner's frustration and why he hit out with the comments that he did in the press that he done. I totally understand it. And sometimes I think there's got to be more of that in football.
Yeah. I mean, so Mateta was another one who seemed to want out, and it could have really fallen apart, that whole relationship with the fans. And there was a bit of unease, but he's got his head down. The fans have got behind him because they could see he's putting a shift in, and he pops up and scores the winner in the European final. So bit of a dream, really.
Well, that's it. And again, maybe it's me coming from a footballer. I think sometimes you've got to be selfish, and I think Mateta, he's there, he was in the building. He wasn't happy with what's been going on, what's been going around him. So sometimes as a footballer, you're taught to be a wee bit selfish and put yourself first. And I think that's what he done in that situation. Yes, I see why fans would be upset about that, but look, all he can do is come back, get his head down, work hard, and that's what he's done. And he scored the winning goal in the conference final. So he's a great player. But what I will say on that, anytime the lads team are over at the academy building, because they've got this new high performance centre set up, it's based in the academy facilities. When the guys come in, Mateta is an absolute gentleman. He would go out his way and shake everyone's hand in the building. No need to do that, but he'd just come over, shake hands, introduce himself. So I think he's absolutely a gent. And if you look at his celebration and you look at his teammates behind him, I think that speaks volumes.
They're all in the sky. They're all in the air, kicking.
Yeah, they're all doing his celebration.
I think the impressive thing about Glasner as well, and this is what the next manager will have to deal with as well, is that, you know, they lost Gay, they lost Elise, you know, the players went out the door, but still...
Eze as well.
And Eze, players went out the door, continued to have success.
That's why I think Glasner's special, because how do you lose that quality of player? Go through the season that you've had. Yes, obviously the Premier League's not ideal, it's not where they wanted to finish, but to just kind of unite the team, unite the fans, and end on a high like that. So I think he's going to be so irreplaceable for Palace, but there's obviously something special within the group, and I think it's the changing room, the dressing room. They've obviously got a great sense of togetherness, and I think that's what's maybe helped them get through this rocky spell.
Throughout your career, you're talking about that interaction between the men's and women's squads. I mean, is that something that's increased over the years in your involvement in football, or does it really just depend on the club?
I think it depends on the club, but I think now you're seeing obviously the women's teams are maybe training and at the men's grounds or the academy grounds, however it looks. So there sometimes will be a bit of a crossover, which is quite normal. At the end of the day, I think it's just everyone's there to play football, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man. So like Palace, it was quite relaxed, quite laid back. We would have had our Christmas party together. And that's it. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and I don't think the women shouldn't be allowed to be in the men's facilities because we're there to play football too. You're not there to, fangirl over the guys' team. I mean, if I was at Celtic, I might have, but who knows?
I want to ask you just finally about Alexia Putellas, the Barcelona player. She's leaving the club. There's a lot of rumours she could be popping up. One of your old clubs, you've had a massive injection of cash, and possibly you can argue too many players coming in last season, but that's London City Lionesses. I mean, that would be some statement signing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing things coming out now that she's rejected offers from, the other big guns in England, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. So it looks like she will be heading to London City, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But look, Michelle Kang's got plenty of money in the bank, and she's going to do everything to get her team in the Champions League. That's what she wants to happen. So by getting Alexia Putellas to London City would be a huge statement. But on the back of that, I think, Putellas, it's going to be totally different for her. A new place, new environment, totally different style of football. So it'll be interesting to see how she adapts and handles being in England.
And what did you make of them last year? As we said, so many players come in. It was always going to be hard to get everybody in there, changes of coaches, etc., etc. So you're quite hopeful for them going forward. Can you see, I mean, a signing like this won't hurt, but do you think they are going to be a coming force?
I think it takes time. Look, we know money talks and stuff like that, but I think when you're bringing so many new faces into the building, it takes time to adapt to a style of play. You've got to give the foreigners time to settle into the league, settle into being in England away from home. Yes, you can throw money at people, but if they're not happy and they don't settle quick, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
I think Michelle Kang thought that she would have been in the Champions League already. I think she thought this season that would happen, but I think it just shows what the WSL's like, and I think you've got to earn your stripes to be there, and you've got to earn the respect, and it's a tough league, and when you're competing with the top four, it's not a quick fix. It won't happen overnight. So, but look, I think this season, if they do strengthen, they'll be in a better position, but I still think it'll be tight. Maybe they'll notch up to 5th place. I don't know. Maybe they'll win a bit of silverware, but I don't think it'll be as smooth, and I don't think she'll be winning the Champions League next year. Let's put it like that.
Thanks, Rusha. Good to talk to you.
Rusha, thank you.
Cheers, guys. All the best.
Can hear more from Rusha alongside her sister, her own Shabana Ahern, on the Kickback podcast here on talkSPORT. And thanks to her, the former Palace midfielder. Well done once again to Palace.
Yeah,
and it'll be interesting to see how they kick on with, as we said, the attraction of Europa League football. It doesn't have the riches of the Champions League, but it can't hurt, can it? A decent run.
Thomas Frank would turn up there, Paul, do you think?
What an interesting one, isn't it? It's possible. I don't know how the Palace fans would feel about that. It maybe the profile of the club. I mean, it wasn't all Thomas Frank's fault what happened at Spurs. I think
Frank Lampard was linked for.
It was
just
a bad fit at a bad time for the club, really. So, he's a very good manager. He's proved he's a good manager. I don't know how the Palace fans feel about it. You can let us know. talksport.com, text 81089, tweet to. I think they'd probably prefer Iraola. Apparently, he was Milan potentially, but we understand the talks have not gone quite as swimmingly as everybody hoped it would. So we'll see. He's a man in demand.
Pulling names out the air now, Paul.
We are. That's right. Of course we are. Tim Vickery will be joining us very shortly, as we said. But an injury worry in the Brazil camp. One of the starry players. We'll tell you more shortly. We're here, of course, with Toolstation, open from 7 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Grab what you need, get on site, get it done. First stop, Toolstation.
Whenever we've talked about potential England players for the World Cup, your name is always mentioned of players that we both think should be going. It's not just me and Ben, it's the listener as well. So I'm guessing you would have felt you'd done enough this season to have gone. How did you find out you weren't going? When did you get the call and what was said?
I think I got the call on the thing at Thursday, like everyone else did, whether they were going or not. A good honest conversation. He just said, I think I've got people ahead of you right now. It's nothing to do with you. You've done everything that you could possibly do. I've really enjoyed watching you the past 6 months. Just unfortunate the way it is. And, you know, I respect him as a manager. I think he's a top manager, and I really hope the boys go on to do something incredible this summer, because they truly deserve it. Even the gaffer, they truly deserve it, because he's a top guy. And I appreciated the call, because he didn't have to call me to tell me I wasn't in the squad, so I appreciate that. But for me personally, it's difficult. It's so difficult, because you try and put yourself in the best possible situation to go, and I believe I did. But I think the game's all about opinions. I mean, you guys on the show, it's all opinions. Some are wrong, some are good, some are bad. And I've been on a lot of people's wrong opinions in my career so far, and I've always got over them hurdles and bounced back from it. So this is just another hurdle, another thing to bounce back from.
So I was going to say, so how difficult was it to take? Because again, me and Andy talk about it all the time, and I've been there, where you almost convince yourself that you've played well enough, so you're going to be going. And when that call comes that you're not going, that initial thought process went through your head. Was you almost like you in shock, or did part of you think it was coming?
No, I kind of, going into it, I kind of expected the worst.
Yeah.
I always expect the worst in them sort of situations, just so that when it does come.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals, and taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Time then to talk South American football with our man Tim Vickery. Hi, Tim.
Afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing? Yeah,
Not so bad. Let's start with that breaking news out the Brazil camp. I'm reading today that Neymar's picked up a knock. I saw Casemiro in the press conference after training saying, just got a little niggle, it's not that bad, we think he'll be fine. But others saying could be 2 or 3 weeks, he could miss the opening game, Tim.
Well, this is now official. And Brazil have a real decision to take now. Real decision. His club, Santos, had said he was all right and he would. That they met up yesterday. That's when the squad started to assemble. And Santos had said that he was in fine conditions to train. He actually could have played midweek. That's what Santos said. So Brazil then did some tests, and it didn't look good. And they took him off to a private clinic. They shut down the clinic. No one else was allowed in the clinic. All the doctors concerned had to sign a statement of confidentiality so it wouldn't leak. And the news has come out that it's much worse than Santos had said, that it's a muscular problem, and Brazil are looking at between 2 or 3 weeks of inactivity. Now that rules him out of the warm-up friendlies and probably rules him out of the first game against Morocco. Now, there's a big decision to take here because Ancelotti, the line had always been I'm not going to take anyone who's not fit, who's not ready to play 90 minutes game after game. He relaxed that a little bit for Neymar, but he said just like 10 days ago when he called up the squad, he said, well, Neymar's got a few more weeks to improve his physical condition. Now he hasn't. That physical condition is going to go in the other direction. So there's a decision to take here. I wonder what they'll do. I wonder if they'll bite the bullet and decide, no, we tried, but it hasn't worked. Or if they'll think, well, it's a long competition. We've got 26. Maybe you can afford to carry a wild card and we'll allow him to get fit during the course of. But I think that second course of action is looking increasingly reckless because, as was quite clear from Ancelotti, what he said in his body language, Neymar's form recently, the only good thing you can say is that he has been able to play most of Santos' games. The form itself really hasn't been great. Just the odd little moments, but none of the usual, the old explosion, the balance, still striking the ball extremely well. But the hope was that he could use this time to get himself up to speed. And now he's using this time to try and shake off an injury, which is more serious than his club said. We're waiting for the statement from his club because at the moment it's looking like the doctors at Santos were frankly economical with the truth.
Wow.
So we're awaiting their reply.
So is that good news for João Pedro? They're going to call him off of his holidays, you think?
Yes. Ancelotti made it very clear that João Pedro deserved to be in the squad. So I'd imagine, I'm not going to accuse him of having sticking needles and pins into Neymar's calf muscle to effigies. Actually, because he'd said he was really hopeful that Neymar would make the squad. Probably before he'd realised the full implications of that statement.
Yeah. Any other country, any other player, I'd say they're going to make the sensible decision. But with this country and this player, I think, no.
I mean, you heard the reaction. When he got picked, this kind of big cheer across the city. He's still much loved. We'll see what happens, Tim. Now, in this spot last week, you revealed to us that Christian Romero was in Argentina and he had chosen to go and watch his old club Belgrano playing their title decide. It would have been the first time they'd ever won the title, rather than come back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, support his teammates in their hour of need, playing in that crucial game against Everton on Sunday. Now, my reaction to what you said when you said he's staying there was, it was an honest reaction as a fan, and I was pretty disgusted by what you'd said, that he was going to stay there. It went a bit viral, I think it's fair to say, and it built up a head of steam with other people weighing in, feeling equally as let down. Next thing, we get a statement from his agent saying, he was never going to stay. He's coming back. And there he was in the stadium. There was a little moment, he flashed up on the screen at one point, live on the big screens, when Tottenham we had the relief from being safe from the drop. And it cut to him very briefly. And there was just a bit of a hint of a boo.
A little bit of booing.
And they cut away from it quite quickly. I think he's burnt his bridges. I didn't think he was going to be staying anyway. But, it got quite a head of steam up there. What was said over there? Do we know any more about it?
Well, I wonder how you feel about forcing Christian Romero to miss probably the greatest party of his life, apart from winning the World Cup.
I feel great about it.
Because it was fantastic, the Belgrano game on Sunday, their final against River Plate, because they're 2-1 down going into the last 10, and they turn it around. They turn it around and win 3-2. The fella who set up the winning goal, Franco Vazquez, is another one like Romero. Veteran, he's closer to 40 than 30 now, Vazquez. Played for both Italy and Argentina about a decade ago. But he's another one who started with the club. And there he is back at the club at their moment of glory. And I'm sure that night was greatly, greatly appreciated by all the fans of the club. And I wonder there's a part of Christian Romero who's thinking, wouldn't it be nicer to stay and enjoy that one rather than try and celebrate a triumph over relegation that happened purely because Tottenham managed to find a club even less competent than ourselves?
I spoke to some people in football when I was in Argentina earlier this year, and they were surprised he'd not gone to Spain, Atletico, or possibly even Real, who knows, last season. You do sense that this is it, you won't play for Spurs again?
Yes, and As you made it quite clear, he would seem to have burnt his bridges. But
Yeah.
he will leave some legacy, with the Europa League. And also, do you remember those glorious days when Angie first came in?
Yeah.
It's the way we play, mate.
Exactly.
I remember, it's the last time I was back and I watched it. It was just before the Angie thing all collapsed. But I remember thinking, blimey, this thing is really a tightrope walk, dependent on two magnificent centre-backs. And on his day, he is a top-class centre-back. And, because it's one of the things I love most about Tottenham is when old ex-players come back, unless they've blotted their copybook, it's a warm welcome to our old friend Tony Galvin or something like that. I love that about Tottenham. Do you think that he would get that kind? No,
I don't. Tim, I don't think he will. I mean, if I tell you that he's never had a red card for Argentina, I'm guessing because he plays with a duty of care as a professional that maybe he doesn't have at club level. Never. The way that man plays football on the edge, he's never had a red card for Argentina. So that kind of tells you all you need to know. So we'll see. Look, you're right. He had some highs.
Even when they get the Europa League side back together in 20 years' time.
What, the boys of 2025?
Yeah.
I don't yet, mate. I mean, I don't think we'll see him pitch side with Paul Coy anytime soon. But I could be wrong. Time is a great healer. Look at Mateta.
Exactly.
He was getting booed in January, and he scores the winner in a European final. Just very quickly, Tim. We still have no Argentina squad, do we? At the moment, they want to leave it to the very, very last minute, says Scaloni. He says he thinks the players deserve it.
A lot of injuries. Romero, Martinez, the goalkeeper, even Julian Alvarez, Messi carrying something. Julian Alvarez maybe not 100% fit. And Boca Juniors playing tonight in the Libertadores. Paredes, the midfielders in that one. So he wants to wait until that one's over. So we've still got their squad to come. We've still got Uruguay's. We've still got Paraguay's and Ecuador's. Colombia have named and Brazil have named. Lerma and Munoz of Palace are in the Colombia squad. Quite a lot of ex Premier League players. Probably the only surprise was the former Watford player, Cucho Hernandez, the striker, just getting in. I think he grabbed the last place. So there'll be plenty of old familiar names wandering around the field when you watch Colombia in the World Cup.
Good stuff. Tim, we'll catch up with you next week. Thanks very much.
Look forward to it. Cheers.
There we are, just 2 weeks to go at the World Cup. We'll be chatting to Tim, of course, throughout. But we got the birthday spread next. You feeling good? You've been on a good run, haven't you?
I'm indifferent to it, Paul.
I mean, yeah.
The thing is, I'm very unemotional about it.
I know you are. I've noticed that.
The way I hit it is just I'm not that bothered about it. It just fills up the last half hour of the show.
You win, you lose.
I think in many ways it gets in the way of talking about football.
Yeah. Well, look, I think we're kind of committed to it now because Andy's done the jokes.
Okay,
Jeff's
right.
waiting. So I suppose we better do it.
Sure.
It's coming up next.
I've got a lot of mates of mine that Spurs fans, and they all told me that when you were coming off the bench, there was a lift at White Hart Lane. All the fans were getting very excited. Did you notice that? I know it might be not necessarily easy for you to go, yeah, when I come on, everyone was excited. But did you know that there was a lift towards the back end of the season when you were getting on the
Yeah, but I'd been out for such a long time that was... I kind of expected that, maybe not to the level that the reception they gave me on my first game back, but if Kulusevski came back, he'd get the same. Yep. I think that when you're out for that long and the fans don't see you for that long, especially when you're an attacking player, I feel like the attacking players always get a little bit more
Love.
A little bit more love, a little bit more excitement about you being back. If a centre-half coming back from a long injury, it's probably not as exciting because they're not the goal scorers. But no, I'm truly grateful for the reception they gave me because it was amazing for me and my family to experience that, yeah.
James, I've got to say, I mean, by Spurs standard, of course, we know it wasn't a great season, but what was that feeling like in the dressing room afterwards when all the emotions, not gone, but you've gone inside now, you have survived. What was that emotion like in the dressing room?
Just pure relief, mate.
Yeah.
Pure relief. Like, a few people were questioning why we were like celebrating almost. We wasn't celebrating joy and happiness. It was relief, mate. It was a massive pressure game. There was a lot on the line, so we prepared for it like we prepared for the Europa League final. You know what I mean? There was that much on the line, if not more, probably.
Yeah.
So the celebrations at the end, which obviously the fun police come out and have a little bit of a go out, was.
Steve Clarke has extended his Scotland contract to the end of the 2030 World Cup. Over the last 7 years, Clarke has led the Tartan Army to 3 major tournaments, including their first World Cup since 1998. Elsewhere, Oliver Glasner is riding off into the sunset after winning the Conference League, and another former Palace boss, Alan Pardew, is urging the club to now hang on to Adam Wharton.
Very much a key player in terms of opening the door for a team, and in the Premier League they're very, very rare.
We're told Barcelona wants Anthony Gordon because he can play up front as well as out wide. Our chief football correspondent is Alex Crook.
What does it mean for Marcus Rashford? That's the big question, because of course he's been on loan. I think Barcelona probably would prefer to loan him for another year.
We've heard Barca have agreed a £70 million deal with Newcastle for Gordon. The Catalans are also chasing Julian Alvarez, but Atletico Madrid want at least 90 million quid. And the man who's correctly predicted every World Cup winner since 2014 says it's finally time for the Dutch to break their duck.
The benefit that a team like the Netherlands has is they've got high quality and informed players across the entire pitch. There isn't a single weakness.
German economist Joachim Clement has got England reaching the semis. Plenty more at talksport.com.
Time then once again for myself and Charlie to go head-to-head in the birthday spread. A simple game in which Andy Jacobs puts together 10 birthdays, people who celebrate their birthdays this week. It's mine and Charlie's job to try and guess how old these people are, what birthday they're celebrating. We won't get them all right, which means a margin of error will build in our 10 guesses. And the one with the shortest margin of error is the winner. That's basically it. We alternate to stop any skullduggery. Good afternoon, Andy.
Hello, Andy. Yeah, good afternoon, boys. And you're not looking forward to it, Charlie. I just heard you saying you're not keen on it.
I just think it's a bit of a waste of time in a kid's game, Andy.
Yeah.
Should we stop? Why do I'll go? I'll just tear it up.
Someone has to say it. Someone has to. Well, you've done, as I said, you've done the work now, so it seems.
We'll do it this week, and maybe next week, and then let's put it on hold for 6 weeks.
What if I win? Yeah. Good afternoon.
Of course we're going to do that anyway.
Oh, right. Oh, that was the
Good afternoon, Jeff.
Good afternoon, everybody. Did I hear correctly earlier that you said that during the World Cup the spread is taking a break?
We are going to.
Yes.
I've had a couple of messages. I've had messages from people sort of saying, "Why are they doing that? They can't stop it."
We're on earlier. It's just taking a summer break. It's going. I think. It's going to Marbs.
Well, Charlie's obviously in great form. He's won back to back.
That's why it's stopping.
Five of the last 7. I just want to quickly send some love to Kylie Minogue.
Oh yeah.
Who is celebrating her 58th birthday today. We went out to celebrate last night. Went to a steak restaurant and of course ordered Indian food.
Yeah.
She got emotional, cried into my rice. There were tears on my pilau.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Sure.
yeah. That's not her biggest hit, but I know the one you mean.
Nan, 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 nan.
You're doing toppers now. Okay, let's get underway then. Times are pressing.
Okay, and the first birthday is Kylie Minogue, and I was in. Only joking.
Right.
It's John Conte, the marvellous. We spoke to him recently, the marvellous boxer.
Oh, you spoke to him recently. That's nice.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we didn't ask him his age. We just spoke to him.
Hello, John. Lovely to talk to you. A legend of the game. How old are you? In case you come up in the birthday. I didn't do that.
You've got
Anyway,
some
the
recent
last
experience of John Conte is what I'm saying. Carry on, Andy.
Yeah.
Yes, the last time I saw John, he was outside the house of the Cray twins fixing a pothole.
Oh.
One of the brothers asked him what he was using as infill, and John said, Tarek.
I'm not altogether sure about the timeline of John's success living in Liverpool, the East End of London. Okay, let's not dig too deeply into. Harold,
Who goes first?
John Conte, you.
It was a long time ago.
Bearing in mind that you spoke to him recently.
Yeah. I knew he was anyway, whether I spoke to him or not. Yeah.
You know, if you look in someone's eye, you can see how old they are.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he was down the line.
What do you reckon?
Sure. Still feels a bit.
Harold?
Feels a bit Banbury cake, is all I'm saying.
Okay, well, let's see how I get on.
Okay, there we are. 84.
70.
See, there we are. Pointless.
No, it doesn't. No.
Look it on the head. Who's best?
70.
Messi or Ronaldo?
77.
75.
Oh, okay. Sorry, John. I put a couple of years on you. I probably felt guilty. That's what it was. So what's that?
Charlie put 9 years on him, so it's
Well,
called two
I
Charlie
didn't
9.
speak to him a fortnight ago.
Okay. So nice. What's the score? F, sorry.
2-9.
Bad mood.
2-9. Off we go. And so
You're the equivalent.
So it begins.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You're the equivalent, Charlie, of Jeff's terrible laugh from about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
honestly.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's the actor.
Oh, I'm glad we're all pointing out each other's faults.
Yeah.
Right. Buckle in.
Here we go.
Killian.
Oh, yeah.
Chilean. Is he not Chilean?
Which one is it?
Cillian Murphy?
Two different versions. Two different
What
versions.
is it? Is it Cillian, Chillian, or Killian? It's Killian, isn't it?
Let's play.
Depends who it is.
Let's play Cillian, Cillian, or Killian.
Yeah, it's Murphy.
Okay. The boy Murphy, call him. That's what they would have called him at school.
I think it's Cillian.
Yeah.
Cillian.
I think it's Killian, but
Don't know.
anyway, it doesn't
Don't
matter.
know.
Keep
I
going.
think it's Chillian.
Yeah.
Anyway, he won.
Call the whole thing off.
It's a
Actually,
Sunday
let's
kids game anyway.
actually do
Yeah.
that. Come on, quickly, Andy.
He
for
once
goodness
played in
sake.
it. I can't get it out, if you pardon the expression.
Yes,
There we
okay,
are.
come on.
There we are, back onto people's faults.
I once.
That's what happens with age.
Yeah, come on,
dear.
Andy. Get on with it.
I once played.
Yeah.
No, he once played in a talkSPORT breakfast feed drive football match.
Yeah.
And there was a nasty challenge when Killian, Cillian, Chillian accidentally poked Graham Beecroft's eye out.
Oh, no.
They're making it. Yes, they're making a TV series out of it. Beaky Blinders.
Okay.
Blimey. He's about 51. 51.
You think?
I think he might be a bit older than you think. He's been around a while. Well, you think he's younger than that? 40s?
46.
50.
Oh, okay. Not so
Standard.
bad. What's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 3, Charlie 13.
Get your evening Herald.
Well, you even questioned that he was anywhere near 50, so... Okay, on to birthday number 4.
Okay, the great pop performer, singer, and former member of Jam, Paul Weller.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Weller, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great pop legend, of course, and his name came up when I asked the late, great Sven Goran Eriksson who was his favourite singer-songwriter.
Very good.
Harold. Yeah.
Harold?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Well.
Crackers, you just sent a message saying it's Cillian, Killian, Chillian. Hope that helps. He's not giving us any options. Thank you, Crackers. Anyway. Well,
How old is he? How old's Paul
Do
Weller?
they
Paul
have
Weller.
pronunciations in Ireland? Killian, Chillian, Cillian?
What do you think?
How old is Paul Weller?
Yeah, it's the question, isn't it? Go on.
75.
69?
68.
Oh, I'm playing well.
No, not
I'm playing
What
well.
a cheat. The whole thing so far has been so sewn up. It's unbelievable.
You're not playing well. You're not
utterly pointless.
You're not thinking
against someone who has met the people or is like friends with them.
What's Charlie on? I know I'm on 4. What's
It's utterly
Charlie?
pointless.
What's Charlie on?
Waste.
Paul
It's
4,
normally
Charlie
a waste of
20.
20.
Shut up, Charlie. Get on with it.
20 plays 4. Back to
Okay.
birthday number 4. Here we go.
It's the musician, Dave Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Peacock.
In a band with Paul Hawksbee.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't love those old hits, Rabbit, Rabbit and Gertrude, etc. But I hate inviting him round because he always tries to rearrange my furniture. I don't know what it is about Chairs and Dave.
Oh, that's quite nice. Well, I'd say Dave Peacock must be 80. I'm going to go 80. What do you think? Big birthday for Dave. Could be wrong. Maybe I've gone a bit too high.
Too high?
Gone a bit. Yeah, I might have gone a bit too high there. Sorry,
He
Dave.
paints traveller wagons now.
Does he?
Yeah, that's one of his hobbies, yeah.
Wow. Great bass player.
Banjo,
Very
great
good.
bass player.
Work with them all.
Oh, good bass
with his brother Drew.
Oh, don't grow up, Jeff. You're not.
Jeff, that was
you're not 5.
Disgusting.
Come on. What? Come on. Hurry up.
Disgusting.
No, how old's Dave Peacock? Charlie. Oh, it's me, isn't it? I said 80.
It's
I
you, you
said 80. Go on.
He's probably 81, knowing you.
Go on then.
So I'm 82.
81.
Oh!
What an idiot! Paul, you have to think. Paul's been one out on nearly all these. That isn't someone who's playing legally.
It's Paul 5, Charlie 21.
That
That's
isn't
number
someone
5,
who's playing
Andy.
legally.
Let's head into half time. Here we go. Birthday number 5.
Great spirited game.
Yes.
It's the soul singer Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah.
Lenny Kravitz. And I was trying to thumb a lift, actually, when Lenny kindly stopped. I said to him, "Are you going to go my way?" And he drove off.
Oh, what about that? That's not nice, is it? What's your
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
He, isn't it? First?
Yes.
You don't know, do you? Because
No.
what a great-looking man.
Yeah. It's difficult to tell, isn't it? What do you reckon?
You ever seen him doing sit-ups? Sort of thing Jeff would do. Sit-ups.
Sit-ups?
in leather trousers.
No.
Yeah, it's online. Sort of thing Jeff would be.
They get a bit of
that.
Wow, I bet they need a dry clean afterwards, don't they?
I don't think. I get the feeling he doesn't take them off.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, dear.
Okay, even when he goes swimming. So what's the score?
No, we're waiting for Charlie to guess
Errol's-
Lenny Kravitz
Errol's
because he's
Lenny
waffling
Kravitz.
on.
Come on, quick, hurry up.
66.
Yeah, he's probably around that, isn't he? 65.
62.
Ah, okay. So we're going to half time with the scores on what, Jeff?
It's Paul 8, Charlie 25, and very happy birthday this weekend too.
Anthony Nemi. Aye, I don't know why he doesn't get a game. For Scotland? Aye. He's from Finland. He's what? He's Finnish, isn't he? He's not finished. He's only 28.
No, he is actually 54 now. That's how long ago
That's how old that clip is.
Yeah,
that's bad.
25 plays 8. How are you getting on? Let us know. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. Second half just around the corner. We're here with Tool Station. First stop for everything from the job from 7 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Start strong. Start it right. First stop, Tool Station.
Big week.
Come on.
Big week.
Should I get congratulations?
Happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very
See,
much.
do you know
I'm
how
not sour,
pathetic
man.
this
is? You got a Tottenham fan sort of celebrating. You can't celebrate. You come in
Straight in. Bro, at least like maybe a cup of tea first. Like, go straight in.
No, mate, because your entire gait and approach is wrong. This is unjust. This isn't how it works. Darren sitting next to me, giving it the big one, is just about fair enough. They're champions. They can get away with it. You can't come in here as a Tottenham fan and celebrate. You got to celebrate.
You're smiling. Where did you finish?
What did you celebrate?
Where did you finish?
I'm not celebrating.
Where did you finish?
No, we finished mid-table.
I'll put something to you. We had the same season as you.
I kind of agree with that. I just think it's crazy that you came in here. You came in here like the cat that got the cream.
No.
This is the thing.
No, I think what people are confused about. No one celebrated finishing 17th. We celebrated the fact that we're not going to be in the championship. You don't get that. What don't you get about that? No one wants to be 17th, but once we're in a relegation fight, you want me to be upset that we're staying up, bro? I'm happy, bro.
I think it's shameful that you can find anything to celebrate at the moment. And this is the thing that Tottenham fans are doing. They're sort of going, we kind of won. We won. We succeeded. We made it. Like, no, you lost. The fact that we're having this conversation.
Nobody.
We're having this conversation.
He's coming in for a different level of smoke.
Yeah, he has.
I had an ice cream earlier.
He has. No, literally, I was enjoying the weather. Yeah, he's coming in on war, like,
honestly.
Crazy.
I just can't believe it. I've witnessed you in real life. You've walked through the door like the cat.
You want me to come in here? It's 30 degrees outside. How do you want me to walk in?
I think you should come in here very reticent and basically say, "Oh my God, by the skin of our teeth, we got away."
Bro, you know I don't play for Spurs, right? You know that. I got my whole own thing going on.
No, I don't really get it. But what I do have to do is give a lot of credit to Roberto De Zerbi.
Yeah, fair enough. He done his job. He done well.
He changed his direction.
That was the last swing of the bat, innit? Like getting De Zerbi in, and he done his job.
Yeah. Do you think you would have gone down without him?
Yeah, probably. I think so. Probably. He galvanised everyone. I think he just brought everyone together, and people bought into him, which is important.
Get ready to get the ultimate football fan winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. Because this summer, you and a mate could be jetting off to watch England versus Croatia live at the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Dallas, including tickets, flights, accommodation and more, courtesy of Adidas. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could be soaking up the incredible atmosphere at the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the chance to win every football fan's trip of a lifetime, enter now at talksport.com/win.
Birthday spread, second half just about getting underway. The score is 8 to me, 25 to Charlie. What are the talkSPORT listeners saying?
What a waste of time. A kid's game. Grow up. I'm on 22.
Yes.
Customers disturbing my guessing. That's from John at Deb's Ironing Shop in Wakefield, who is the official sponsor of the birthday spread.
Yeah. Well, we've not seen any money yet.
This is perfect radio. Keep up the good work. I'm on 31. George in Aberdeen. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Nobody needs an extra 30 minutes of sports talk. More pointless kids' games.
Okay.
Dave from Scout. He's 18 out.
We'll pass that on.
Great to see you again in the shop today, Paul. Love the fake nose, moustache and glasses.
Yeah.
Richard in
Sadly, it's not a fake nose.
Richard in Banbury.
Let's get underway, shall we? 8:25. I'll lead us off for number 6, Andy.
Yes, I couldn't leave him out. I was going to, but I thought, no. It's the old saxophonist and composer.
Saxophonist?
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that? Saxophonist.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's the hot weather. Go on then, yeah.
Archie Shepp.
Archie Shepp, yeah.
Archie Shepp.
And as you no doubt recall, every year on his birthday, he used to get drunk with John Craven and try and climb Nelson's column. John always had to say to him, "Get down, Shep."
It's all their latest gags, isn't it?
Wasn't it John Noakes?
John Noakes, I think.
It was John Noakes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes, John Noakes.
John Noakes News
Just for
Round.
next year, just remember.
I've just put it in.
Put it in your diary next year, John Noakes.
Aidan J. Harvey would have liked that.
Get down, Shep.
I'd say Archie Shepp. It's got to be about 88, isn't
Archie
he?
Shepp on the saxophone.
88.
On the saxophone.
Yeah.
Archie Shepp.
Archie Shepp.
88.
88.
What's you gone for, is it?
You're doing voiceovers now?
I will do.
Yeah.
If the correct fee comes in.
Yeah.
What am I behind? Miles behind.
No.
17
You've got the
behind
Deb's
you.
Ironing Shop
17,
campaign.
yeah, I've got that.
Go on then.
Well, you said 88.
88.
I'm not going to get 17 back on that, am I? So 90.
89.
None back.
89.
None back, Paul.
Good work.
In the middle.
Yeah, it's Paul 9, Charlie 26.
Okay, birthday number 6 then.
It's the sculptor.
Sorry, it's number 7. Sorry, guys. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the sculptor Richard Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Richard Wilson.
Here we go.
And Richard's no, don't no.
Oh no.
Richard's work. I know him really well. Richard's works are great.
Yes.
But they're always very two-dimensional.
Oh, right.
So I asked him, why didn't he use the sculptural technique of attaching raised figures on a solid flat surface? And he said to me, I don't relieve it. Don't relieve it.
Yeah,
It's the research that goes into them.
I like to be able to repeat the punch.
Yeah.
But also the actual knowledge that was in the set.
Yeah. Takes some work, doesn't
immense. Got a topper for that, Jeff, or no? No topper for that.
Richard Wilson material. So Richard Wilson, how old is he?
Great actor,
The
of course.
sculptor,
Not,
yeah.
You know,
But it's not him, is it?
he was about 49 when he started playing that character.
Really?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Out that.
Right, how old is he? No idea. I don't know who he is, Paul. And all we've got on him is he's a sculptor.
I don't know.
Not a clue. 66.
I'll stick with you, Charlie, because I haven't got a clue either. 68.
73.
Oh, so
okay,
it
we
wasn't
didn't
bad,
do
was
too
it?
bad. We
Wasn't
didn't
bad.
do too- Good marker.
You were closer, so that's good for the game.
What's the scores? Yeah.
Paul 5 out onto 14. Charlie was 7 out onto 33. 19 the gap.
Terrible
3
game.
to go.
19. Still plenty of time, Charlie.
It's your own fault for
Messi or
-5.
Ronaldo, 8-10-89. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's the Conservative MP for North East Bedfordshire from 2001 to 2019, Alistair Burt.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
playing the
Alistair-
marimba? Yeah, somebody's
No
playing
idea.
the marimba.
Alistair Burt.
Yeah.
And I was telling Jeff, actually, that before he became an MP, he was one of the first ever set-piece coaches. He designed that famous one for Coventry when Gordon Strachan flicked the ball up between his legs for Hunt to score. I said to Jeff, you must remember Burt and Ernie, you muppet.
That was quite in.
I mean, it was a free kick that was scored in about 1971 by Willie Carr and Ernie Hunt. We've
One
had
of the most famous ever.
yeah, I mean, to people of a certain age. I mean, I'm sure during this section you're doing these gags. It's like a history lesson to the poor kids in the gallery. They must wonder what the heck's going on.
Okay.
Let's
my
all
next
sing
two. They'll
underneath.
get my next two.
Oh, okay. But
You'll get these. I like that.
So-
Sign of a good comic. Now listen, you'll get these. Yeah.
So was this?
Right. If you didn't like that, you like these two because you'll get.
Was this John Burt, the old? Well, no, it wasn't. It was
No,
Alistair.
Alistair Burt.
Alistair Burt. And what did he do, Andy?
He was an MP.
MP till 2019.
Okay. 71.
Yeah, I reckon you're in the right ballpark there.
What do you think?
73.
Standard.
71.
Oh, 71. Wow.
It's not just me who thinks it now.
Wow.
Oh, honestly, it's
Paul 14.
It's
Charlie
a pointless
35,
game anyway. But if
2
one
to
of us
go.
cheats, it makes it like utterly pointless.
It's a skill. It's not just guessing. Let's move on to birthday number 9.
Didn't even write the scores of that one down. Then not even bothered.
Number 9. Here we go.
Okay, it's Dame Alison Nimmo. Dame Alison Nimmo.
Oh, blimey.
And she took part in the last series of Celebrity Hunted and managed to evade capture. We tried hard to locate her, but in the end, we had no chance of finding Nimmo.
That's not bad. That's one
The
for
kids must know that.
That
They
was
must
good.
know
I
that
think
one.
it's
They'll like
about 20 years old, the film.
That was good.
Some of them weren't born when that film came out.
Finding
Oh, no.
Nemo.
Some of their grandparents weren't born when he did the Ernie Hunt stuff.
Grandparents are about 55 now.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I know.
Old
So,
ladies and headscarves.
how old was it Dame Alison Nimmo? What does she
Dame
do?
Alison Nimmo, Chartered Surveyor and Chief Executive of the Crown Estate from 2012 to 19.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's Charlie to go first.
Crown Estate. Dame Alison Nimmo.
Yeah,
Sure.
Crown Estate.
I mean, not a blooming clue.
No, I'm with
No
you.
idea, Paul. 88.
I'll go a bit earlier than that because I'll go 70.
62. Honestly, Charlie, you couldn't play worse than this.
I mean, that was real
Thanks a
Butch and
lot.
Sundance.
Sorry, he sounded so
wasn't it, the way...
sounded so sympathetic.
So what's the
didn't he, as
scores,
well?
Jeff? Let's...
Paul,
You are rubbish.
Paul 8 out onto 22.
Yeah.
Charlie was 26 out onto 61. So
Right.
the gap is, well, a lot.
What, yeah, okay, we're going to work on a lot?
Ben
or...
says Messi. Messi for me, Charlie. He's
Okay, really?
Who's the best, Ronaldo or Messi?
We're doing that instead. We could be doing that instead.
We should be doing that.
Instead of this. whatever
I
this
could be
is.
reading. I could be reading excerpts from this year's Wisdom.
That would be good.
You've done jokes about people's names and you don't even know how to say their names.
We got 1 minute left. That's our birthday number 10. Come on. 39, I think, is the gap. Isn't
Okay.
it, Jeff?
39.
You never know.
Is it?
You might
Is
get
it,
this
Jeff?
one.
Because it's tight.
39, yeah. It is, I think, yeah.
He was the co-founder of the Ambassador Theatre Group.
Oh, yeah.
And creative director for Trafalgar Entertainment.
21.
Sir Howard Panter.
Oh,
Sir
yeah.
Howard
Howard Panter, yeah.
Yeah, and we were on the last Gay Pride March together.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Howard, yes, it was. And Howard was dressed head to toe in a rose-coloured onesie. You couldn't miss the Pink Panther.
Oh,
nice. I'll say 65 to get this sorry mess all over with. 65.
65. Well, he's not going to be 104, is he?
Might be.
And he's not going to be 39 the other way either.
Yeah, no.
He's definitely not going to be 39.
No. What do you think? 65 I've gone. Go on, go for it. 104.
No, I can't. Can
104.
I? He's 104. There we are.
Oh, unlucky Charlie. He's 77.
Ah.
Yeah. What a waste of time. Well
Thanks for
played,
playing.
Paul.
Thanks for
well
playing.
played,
Paul
Paul. I'm sure
leads.
everyone really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Ron Westhead says it's as fixed as the North Korean election. You're absolutely right, Ron. Absolutely rigged this week.
Right. I'll see you
Win
tomorrow.
2 in a row and you see people's true colours.
Charlie's back Saturday with Max. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Andy. And coming up next, live from Soccer Aid Training.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Goldstein, Darren Bentwood Drive with all the stars.
Lovely stuff.
We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Obviously, we've just seen Arsenal win the league for the first time, Gilberto, since you were in the side. How happy were you to see that?
Very happy. We were expecting this for such a long time, you know. It's a long way since when we won back in 2004. But they deserve, you know, the last few years has been very tough to them to become second and chasing the title, but in the end, you know, something happened, they lost. But I was very happy, you know, expecting this moment. And to be honest, I was glad they won it in advance before the last game because it would be a huge pressure. I think all of us are celebrating, you know, the moment, and they deserve